And we're live. Happy birthday, Pops. What's up, man? Happy
Oh,
fucking birthday, brother.
thanks, man. It's been a crazy day. Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt. Um, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. You guys, the community blows me away. I don't think I ever had so many happy birthday messages in my life as what's going on my Facebook page right now.
Yeah, you know what? I find that there's a positive and a negative to everything, including birthday wishes. Like, you know what I mean? Because it makes you feel like you're obligated to wish all them a birthday wish back now. On when it's their birthday.
I mean, I always flash the happy birthday banner for people in the group that have a birthday. If I catch it, I don't always catch it, but I try to always acknowledge people in the group that have a birthday. Um, they're not all on my friends list, so that doesn't always isn't always available to me, that knowledge. But if I know it's your birthday, you get the Crom banner in the group sometime during the day. There's a whole bunch of birthdays today though. Shannon Patterson. I can't even remember, but there's like 5 or 6 of them in the group today.
Really?
Yeah, it's awesome. Happy birthday, all y'all! Woo!
Yeah, the people, like I said, you have that link. If you want to share it with people that you want to bring in, talk about something, feel free to send them that link. Um, if there's somebody in the chat that wants to wish Pops a very special happy birthday, sound off so that we can possibly get you in to give him some birthday wishes.
How
Yeah.
about a happy birthday to you?
Can you
Happy
do me a favor
birthday
though and share the
to
feed to the
you,
group?
Pops.
If you share the feed to the group, bro, and then we'll see if some people want to come out. I mean, share the live feed, not the stream feed. You know what I'm saying?
No, never squat. We never cross streams.
Well, right now I am in the process of sharing the live stream that's live right now to the groups.
Yes, to the
So
madness, and then we'll see if
well,
anybody wants to come out once they're watching.
yeah, I don't know if I'm in all the groups, so I might miss some.
Comic related madness. That's
Am I in that group?
I don't know. You should be.
I'm not.
No, I Facebook has kicked me out of groups on its own. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. Um, it's probably because I like share to everything too much. I don't know. Are you limited to how many groups you can have? I
No,
don't
no,
know.
they do kick you out of some groups, and they when you get banned, suspended for like 2 weeks, a month, or you get that notification where they say you cannot comment or
Yes.
or anything like that. You get kicked out of some groups.
I haven't got any of those notifications like that. The only kind of notifications I ever get are like, "Oh, we rejected your share because we felt it wasn't blah 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 blah." And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. We
There you
we,
go. I'm
we
in the group now.
cool. Let me. Yeah, that's the guy. Let's see. We definitely want to approve him. There you go. All right. Yeah, that's the group. I did want to make a mention right off the top for, I don't know if you see the announcements right at the top of the group, but Corey Ellis, man, his business burned down, man. Uh, his printing business, his shirt printing business burned down. He's a member of the group, and he's got to GoFundMe. And hey, man, if you want to help somebody out, man, he lost everything. And him and his mom homeless, So
Wow.
um, it's the top thing in the group. It's the top announcement. If everybody,
And Sim,
you guys
do
know
you see that link, Sim? Do you want to pop that in there while I'm
yeah,
trying to
I'll
share
put
this?
it.
Which link? The link to the group?
The link to the GoFundMe for
Yeah,
the guy that had.
I'm getting it.
Are you do you have? Well,
I don't
you can
have
do
the
it from
link to the GoFundMe. That's why.
I just said
he can do
Okay,
it from
got it.
he can do it from Facebook, I think, and
Okay,
Facebook would allow it, I believe, but it won't
I'm
go
on
over to
it.
YouTube. It'll just be on the.
I'm gonna
But
put it
yeah,
in the
man,
chat.
I just feel bad for dude, man, because he was just on his way to getting somewhere. He's just getting ready to print his book. He's making a little anime move or animation with his characters and stuff, and I just feel so bad for dude, man. So check it out, you guys. If you can help him out, if you can't help with money, share it. You know, let the community know that one of ours needs help, man. That's basically what that is. and that comes before my birthday. Come on, that's real life, man. That's the stuff that people really have to face. And if you can help
Well,
him out,
it's real thoughtful. How's he doing on his GoFundMe right now? Should we take a look?
I haven't even looked, man. I just, really haven't been home all day. I was out playing golf and came home and went straight to the States.
Okay, is that $50 raised on 10K? I just checked.
$50.
Yeah,
Yep.
we gotta help dude out, man. Seriously.
What
You
for?
know,
What is it again?
His
Your-
store burned down.
A store
Yeah.
burned down.
He's
he had a
homeless now.
t-shirt printing business. He was creating a comic and a animation movie with his character, Little Ugly, and he lost it all, man. He said him and his mom in a hotel. So I mean, I feel bad for dude. Dude sent me a free shirt, a while back, just for being one of the people that was helping get the word out about his product. And then this happens, man. I just feel bad for dude. So, like I said, man, share it if you can. Let people know that one of ours,
I put it in both chats on Facebook and YouTube, so people can
appreciate
see
it,
it.
man. Appreciate it.
Excellent.
And, it's that's what the whole comic related madness thing has always been about, is helping the indies, helping us get out there and get seen. And when one of us is hurting, we all got to help each other out, man. That's just how it is.
Now, King Toad Comics, that's Shane, right? We got him in the
Yep.
chat. Hey, what's
Yep,
up,
that's
man?
Shane.
King Toad, what's up?
What's going on, buddy?
No, I don't
Sim
really sleep.
does not sleep. No, he's actually a simulation. That's where the sleep comes from.
I'm a new breed of human. I only need 4 hours sleep, and
Yeah.
once a week I have to fall knockout for like 10 hours.
Here's what I say. If you haven't met Sim in person, then wonder why.
Does not compute. Does not compute.
I have seen him on many streams, but I think this is the first time we've been in one together.
No, it's the second time, Pops.
Second time? Yeah, okay. Indie Volt?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Randy. Blame it on Randy. That's it. Yeah, them guys, man, those guys too, man. It's like they've really helped us grow, help my con get.
Yeah, they're great. They're great guys. Like a lot. Like I know sometimes they get shit because people say they're fan sitters. They're this. They're that. Dude, they're just. Dude, they're not fans. They're just open to everybody, and they're great guys. Variant is a great guy,
I don't care.
and so is Zim. Come on, Zim and Sim. We need to make a show eventually.
Yes.
Sim and Zim.
It's like this morning, was it, that Rob had Rob Matari on? And I was like, Rob versus Rob. I see a comic book right there. What's up? Because, Anderson Rob and Rob Mortari, I think his name is. Werewolf book. There's so many books, so many good books, man.
Yep.
I love it.
There are too many books. That's the thing. Is like there was a time when there was a choice of maybe 10.
Oh,
I never use my credit card as much.
okay. King Toad does not know me, and that's okay because I'm new too, dude.
It's okay. He's new to the CG and the indie field. He's a friend of ours, and he's a writer. And he used to write little kind of like short story, horror story for kids, right? So he decided to, kind of getting to know us, and he got to know CG, and he's been in, and now he's in doing comics, and he's doing his first what is it again? Mothman, I think.
Mothman.
Yeah, Mothman. Yeah.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
So that's him.
This what I do, King Toad, is I promote everybody's books. Okay, I have a comic related madness Facebook group, and it's a networking promotion group, and it's a no barrier group. I don't care. I just want everybody to get what they want. If you're a fan and you love comics and somebody's printing a comic that you like, buy it. That's all I care about.
Yep.
I'm a fan, and I don't pick and choose what I'm going to buy by whose name is on the cover or inside of it. I pick it because it's good to read and I like it. And that's why I buy it. And that's why most fans buy books, because they like it.
Yeah.
Not,
liking the artist or the character of the artist is just a bonus.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like you like the book, and then when you go to a con, you're like, let's see if he's an asshole or a good guy. And then when you get to meet him, you're still gonna like his book, you may not like him afterwards, or you may be
Yeah.
friends with him.
I think it's cooler. I think it's cooler the original way where you fell in love with the story and
Yeah.
the artwork and the
Then met him.
characters.
Yeah.
Then you met the people that created that, and it's like, wow, you're the dude that made this. Thank you so much for doing this. This is awesome. I like it better that way than where you meet the creator and then he sells you on his book, and then because then when you're reading the book, it's like you're reading a friend's book, and it's not like it takes something away from
But
it. It's kind of like you're not famous in your own backyard kind of thing.
but you know what they
You know?
say, right? There's no one better to sell your salad than yourself, right? Like
I
in a way, you
actually
may
believe
not
that's
be.
not true. As a marketer, I actually believe that's not true. Actually, you're
It-
the
No,
worst.
you want other people to
Dude,
sell your product.
Yeah,
you
usually
are-
you're your own worst salesman in marketing. Usually you're your own worst salesman.
You definitely want another face. You want somebody else talking about it because that means somebody else liked it. Everybody likes their own stuff.
Yeah, but you're not. Nobody can sell your story like you do.
No, but you got to sell your story to somebody like me.
Nobody
and
can sell you
your
like you can, but
story.
but when it comes to but when it comes to selling something you've made, usually there's better people that can do it than you. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it is a
that
marketing tradition.
enthusiasm of a fan.
It is kind of like 101 in sales. It's silly. You think you would be the best person
Oh
for your own
no,
stuff.
I'm not saying you're the best, but you're the best one to get yourself out there. Meaning, you cannot get yourself like an advertisement team if you don't get yourself out there first.
Well,
Okay.
obviously, you have to go and find your
Yeah,
advertisement.
that's
team.
what I
If
mean.
you
Like,
don't go out there and find your team, you have. But yeah, you have to start with somewhere. If you're starting from scratch, you got to start yourself. That's
So
definitely.
check it out.
in other words, it's don't wait for things to come to you or people to come pick you up and go, I'm gonna promote you. You have to go out there.
I'll tell you guys what happened with me, okay? Because I was just a fan. That's all I was. And I got kicked out of a comic group. And I was like, well, damn, that sucks. Because I was a major contributor to the group. They never told me why they kicked me out or nothing. I'm not going to say what group it is. It wasn't the one that everybody's screaming about right now. So just let that be known.
There's one that everybody's screaming about because I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So,
The Tyler thing, it had nothing to do with none of them people over there. This was a long time ago, and I got kicked out of a group. And I was a major contributor to the group, and I felt really betrayed because nobody would ever tell me why I got kicked out. So I got kind of mad in a couple of days, and I was like, screw it. I'm just going to make my own group. And I created the Comic Related Madness. And it started out as just, some creative, Brian Polito, Monty Michael Moore, the very first people that joined into this group were people like that. What? Oh, here we go.
Happy birthday to Who's that?
That's Drew and Sim. You say
Hello.
Hi.
hi.
Hello.
Everybody else? Hi, everybody else.
Hey, kids.
Okay,
Who else are you talking to?
that's me and Sim and Drew.
And everyone watching.
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of people watching
Why can't you see his face?
because he don't want you to see his face.
Yeah, because I don't have my camera plugged in.
Yeah, he doesn't have a camera plugged in. That's right. Okay, you done with the questions?
Yeah, we have to get ready for bed.
Okay, give me some love.
Good night.
Love you, buddy.
Say good night, buddy. No.
Hey,
Say good
give me some
night.
love, boy.
Good night.
Good night.
Whee!
Careful now.
Now close that blanket.
All right.
Kids are fun. I would tend to go with an answer like, well, he doesn't show his face because he's not wearing his skin right now.
Oh,
The Matrix is out of flux, so I cannot form myself in front of the camera. So
so yeah, it's like I said, I created the group and it was just going to be a little fun group where we show off what we scored and and then Raj Mahan, Mojo Rising, the link that I shot you for the book, it's in the private chat.
I got it.
Took me and turned me into a comic book character, which then turned me into a promoter because I want this book to succeed because my friend wrote me into it as a character, so I became a promoter. Then I have this group's about 500 people now, and COVID hits and none of my friends can set up tables. And all of them are like, man, I paid for hotels. I paid for this. I paid for that. I'm not getting my money back. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? CromCon. I thought about it. I was like, okay, I didn't have the audience back then that I have now. So I talked about it for a month. I got people to come, I got guests to take time slots in it. I worked for a month promoting it and telling everybody about it. And we did CromCon 1 the first weekend in April. And it was awesome. And everybody that was in it, like a lot of the guests wanted to come back for the next one. So the first weekend of every month, we've done this. And each time the slots go a little quicker. Okay, like I'll go out here on the 10th and I'll go, okay, here it is. Grab your slots now. First come, first serve. This time they went in 6 hours. Two days worth of time slots went in 6 hours, and I was opening Friday night up to a pre-con show because I had people I didn't have time slots for. So that's grown and continues to grow. The group is over 1,500 people. Comics Cast, Joe Tolliver asked me to put the show, the con on his network on Comics Cast. The reach just got bigger. Now we're getting views. Now we're out there and people, we're getting all kind of excitement about it. So this weekend we're doing that again. CromCon 6. And we got all kinds of people coming. The list is long. The list is very long. But I think I gave you the event link. Yeah, there you go. Just scroll down. I think you'll find the guest list. Yeah, there you go. Okay, you'll have to hit the see more to get it all. But right there, like Frank James Bailey, LP Larry.
Who's Seymour?
Seymour, right there. After Jay Peralta and Seymour. Click it.
Seymour Butts.
Go back up. No, go back up. See where it says 9 p.m. Pete's Pit with Angel Lopez, Jay Peralta, and Seymour. No, go back down. The 9:30 Pete's Pit, right there.
Oh, okay.
Seymour.
Oh, there's Seymour. All right.
Yeah, click Seymour. There you go. That's the whole list right there. And as you can see, we got LPH from Niobe Comics, Pete's Pit, Angel Manuel Lopez, Jay Peralta, and he's got a whole guest list of his own. Meredith Logren from Indie Volt, Danny Morales from The Collective, Raj Zande. We got two different Artist Alley. We got one on each day. Christy Sheehan, Charles Simpson, Nicholas Elias, and Carlos Ramos. Mike Wheeler's coming out to talk about Indie Crowdfund. Then Mike Barron's coming out to talk about Florida Man and whatever else he's got going on, Off-Worlder, and 10 different things that Mike's working on, because that's a busy guy, man, right there. And then Mindy Wheeler's going to come out, and I think she's going to be talking about their new comic. And then Rodney Flight, him and I think Amanda Gillum is going to come out with Rodney Flight. And Benito, Horror Show, Andino, and Alan Johnson, who was the first one to put a book up on IndieCrowdfund.com. Damien Starr, you all know Matt Knowles and Steph Cannon from Tales of Nocturnia. And then Russell Allen, Wendy Steenshamer, Tom Hutchinson, the whole, what did they have to change the name to? UnityCon. UnityCon, they had to change the name for that one. And Sunday is the same thing, man. It's just great people. Raj from Mojo Rising, Moto Glass. He does glass etchings that are just awesome. Michael Dolce from, Rageway? He does podcasts. It's awesome. He's on right now, as a matter of fact. Ernest McClendon, a good friend of mine, does some great art. Sean Howe did that Electra right there. Okay, also great art. David Whalen, you guys know David Whalen, Wrong-Handed Comics, I think. Matt McCann, Chuck Pinal, William Samuel Quentin, 47 Furious Tales. Great book. And Les Linden Garner and Anthony Figaro. You guys know Anthony, God's Hand.
Yep.
You know, Anthony's coming out. Jonathan Thompson. Then we have another Artist Alley at 7 p.m. on Sunday night. Todd Mulrooney. Tobias Kodachrome. He makes the most awesome shadow box. I don't even know what you want. Kaleidoscope things. They're just awesome out of comic books. Tina Terranova. And the final panel is always just wild and wide open. So, it's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. For me, it starts on Friday and it's just a blast all weekend. I have so much fun, man.
Right on.
Yeah,
I mean, so this is all on your channel here, the Chrome.
It's on Indie Comics Cast on YouTube, Comics Cast on Facebook, and of course we also broadcast it in the Madness, and all of our lovely members share it out everywhere, dude. They share it out everywhere. We get a lot of views on the cons.
That's
cool.
This weekend.
Yes, this weekend, starting Friday night, and like I said, man, I sit in this chair all weekend talking to cool people and showing you guys what they got going on. You guys are more than welcome to hook up a show up in here when you want to. Like I said, Sunday night, usually the final panel gets just is wide open and goes till all hours. So if you guys are like watching and you want to just come out and talk about whatever you're doing, you do that too. That's what it's all about.
Gus, you're going to help Sim twice.
I'm way too far for that.
But yeah, man, it's like every month.
No, he doesn't mean in person, dude. He means online, dude.
Yeah, it's the most. I mean, every month it's grown. The group grows with it. Like that weekend and the following week, the group pops up a couple hundred people after each one. So we know it's getting views. We know people are paying attention, and we encourage people to join us and come out and show everybody what you got going on. The reach just keeps getting longer, It's a blast.
That's great though. I love to see the community grow overall.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I mean it's there's all, I mean, it's really kind of interesting to like people try to define the community, put things in pigeonhole things, or like subgroups and overall. But the truth of the matter is the community is comic book creators. You know what I mean? Not, people that have worked for big publishers, people that still work for big publishers, people that work for themselves. I mean, that's the biggest circle that we all stand in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the truth. And if if you're tribal, that's the core tribe. So
yeah. Well, see, that was what Sim was talking about earlier about having to build your fan base.
Yep.
It all feeds into the same thing, like with Mojo. It's like because of my friend creating a book and putting me in it, I became a promoter. I wanted that book to succeed. So since December, we talked about that book, and then in April when we were ready to launch, COVID. So we went, all right, let's not launch. So they went and found a colorist that was just bomb. They added some pages. They made it into a 32-page book, which is now a 36-page book because of stretch goals. They made it better. They didn't just sit on what they had waiting till they could launch it. They took that time. They made it better. They wanted to make sure you got a better product. So when we launched last month, after talking about this book for 8 months, it funded in 48 minutes.
Well, you guys launched it like on our stream or right after our stream? When did you launch it? Did you launch it during our stream?
Greg and Raj had a. It
was right after our stream. They left and launched it right afterwards, right?
Yeah. And I was out on Indie Bolt, I think, talking while they were doing their live stream, doing the launch party, because I was trying to get to the biggest audience I could that night, And so I went out there after that, and they came, and Raj came out there to Indie Bolt after that, like 10:30 or something. We were out there pretty late talking about it, but it funded in 48 minutes.
Yeah, well, it's only got 26 hours left. So if any people are, are they don't get to keep that open afterwards. They're going to move it over to Indiegogo and
Indie Crowdfund. Yeah, they're going to both platforms.
Are they going to start a new Indiegogo, or are they just going to move it straight to in demand?
I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Greg about that. I know the indie crowdfund is going to be more directed toward the retailer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because well, Indiegogo will allow a successful crowdfunded campaign to go straight to in demand on their platform. So
Yeah, that's like that for me. As far as the book goes, I'm just a character, man, and I don't even let him tell me the story because I'm a fan. I want to read it when he gets here. You know, so I can tell you this much: Pops is a punching bag. You know, if you want to see me get my ass whooped, that's the book to buy. If you like me, buy it. If you don't like me, buy it. You're going to be entertained either way, right? But yeah, that's Mojo Rising, and
yeah,
and
let's show that to everybody
we
here. So the
we
Mojo
were
Rising book is right here. All right.
yeah, that's the one. Now we did a cross promotion cover with Luke Stone and Travis Gibb, their Voodoo Nations. We did connecting covers with them, so you could buy Voodoo Nation and get a cover in, and Mojo Rising get a cover, in the two connected together. And that's what I did. I got the two, I got the connecting covers. But yeah, if you look at the stretch goals, you see right there the 2500, the 2500 one.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at that. That's me. The bookmark Battle Pops. That's me.
Is this
That's
Battle Pops?
Yes, that's me.
Is there any big images of it? It's just
Oh no, but you'll see if you scroll down, you'll see me more. But we also have what we call backer rewards. Okay, as we get backers, we also kick rewards in like random sketch cards, stuff like that. There you go. There's Pops. So what we're doing is every time we get to a certain level, we give away something random, like in the packages. And we're at 123, and at 125, they have a backer reward that's not yet revealed. But I also am throwing a backer reward out when we get to 125 backers. That's two more people get this book, and I'm going to take. I was in this book. A cameo appearance of Pops is in the crew number 2. Now I'm not giving you this one because Smitty fixed me up with this one, but I have one of these, and I'm going to sign it, and it's going to be the first ever signed book by Pops. And I'm going to give it to somebody in a drawing when we get to 125 backers. And it's going to be the first ever book signed by me, the only one in existence right now. It's also signed by the creator, Todd War Dog Wargula. And there's a whole bunch of comic fans that have been written into that story. So, it's a great book. Just, the crew, number 3 will be coming out here pretty soon. It's a great book. As you scroll down, and we showed the first 5 pages, but the lettering wasn't done when we went to make the campaign. The lettering is done now. This book is complete. It's going to print right away. There's going to be no delays in this. Third Empire, Greg Harms, and there's just a whole bunch of stuff now. You can start seeing the extra covers, the different tier. There's the connecting covers that we did with Voodoo Nations. That's like I said, I went and got theirs and ours because that's what I wanted. And each different tiers. There's a little more cool stuff, prints, and just like everybody else, we have the mystery covers now, and we also have a sketch cover reward where you can get one of the 6 or 7 people that were involved in the art of the book. You can get any of them to do a sketch cover for you, or you can get just a blank sketch cover of the book too. All they set this one up pretty good for a first time campaign. They set this up pretty good. I wish we did. There's Jim O'Reilly's cover right there. You guys know Jim, right? No, the Gator right there. Yeah. That's Jim O'Reilly's cover, and Salvador Torres, or I think Torres is the colorist on that. But yeah, man, Jim blew that up. We loved that. That was going to be the cover for the Mojo Rising Origin book, and we liked it so much, it was like, no, that's got to go on the first one. We got to use that one now, guy.
Yeah, but let's see. There was a on your Facebook, there is a bigger picture of that cover in black and white. I know I saw it.
Yes, but it's probably way down there.
I bet you I can find it. Let me see here.
Man. But yeah, Jim O'Reilly is awesome. He's one of the guys that's involved in the project, and he's doing the whole origin story. It's like, Raj and him talked about it, and then pretty much Jim's doing it. The writing, the art, all of it. It's pretty awesome. Hi, Kat.
I know it's that's Pepper Potts. She likes to get in the way.
That's awesome.
Yeah, all my cats kind of have nerd names to some degree, with a few exceptions. But yeah, she's she's.
I wonder
very
why.
neat. What?
That they all have nerdy names. I wonder why.
No, what? What are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say. I'm saying it. You're a nerd.
What are you implying? You're implying about me, Sim.
That you come up with great names for your pet, considering you're a nerd.
I got you.
Hey, I'm a nerd too, dude. Come on. I draw comics.
Yeah.
I write and draw comics.
We make comics. You can't get much nerdier than that. You really can't. I mean, that's like nerd. I mean, and I'm a computer programmer.
And
Okay.
I'm a 2D and 3D animator.
I guess you just can't get much nerdier than that.
Exactly, right?
Okay, I'll talk to it.
So
So-
yeah, it's like I said, you looked a long time to find stuff on my feed.
Well, I'm trying to find the like I always have a trouble like locating people on Facebook without going to the search.
Let me
So,
see.
There we go. I got it. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just a couple clicks away from there here now. Let's see.
You can
it's,
do it. I
actually-
believe in you.
it's
I believe in
actually-
you, Drew.
It's in his photos thing, so it's actually easy to find.
It's in the it should be in a there should be an album with art, I think. I don't know.
There it is.
I am the least organized person you know. Did I show this to you guys?
Yeah.
The paper plate. This is the schedule from CromCon 1
On a paper plate.
on a paper freaking plate. That's Pop's organizational skills right there.
Well, at least you wrote them down.
Like I said,
Yeah, we got Mogwai Centurion in the chat. Hey, old brother, he's all sup nerds.
What's up? Hello
Hey,
to the
anybody-
mug.
Anybody wants to come out? It's Pop's birthday party. You're all welcome. Everybody. Anybody wants to come out? Hit me up. I'll send you the feed. Hit them up. They'll send you the feed. So yeah, man, Jim O'Reilly, when he did that, he was like, this was going to be the cover for the origin story that they're doing it probably right after the beginning of the year. And Raj was like, no, we're not waiting that long to put that out there. That's going on a cover this time, bro.
Right.
So Jim, you're just going to have to do something more exceptional for the next, bro. That's how that works.
I remember when we actually had you on with some of the guys from Florida Man. We were talking, Chris, because we were talking Whisper Network crap also that night, and he was going on about how this like reminded him of Florida Man. You know what I mean? And I totally could see it. It's almost like you could almost put Florida Man in this picture with the crocodile, and it would like make sense. Well, that's an alligator, not a crocodile, but yeah.
That's another one. That's another one that you're gonna have a Pops appearance. Florida Man. This dude, I'm like multi-dimensional now. I'm popping up in so many people's books. It's crazy. There's like 6 or 7 people right now writing me into or drawing me into their books.
That's
And it's
awesome
crazy.
though.
It's crazy. You don't know. I'm just a fan a couple months ago, man. This is like so humbling and overwhelming at the same time.
Did you see King Toad's comment? Oh my God, he's Kino Subway from the future. He's Chris Evans. You look like Chris Evans older.
Yee. Oh,
Is it-
Charles Santino, what's up, bro? Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Appreciate that. It's hard to keep up with. I don't know how there's so many different places that it's showing now, and different people are commenting in different places.
Yeah, the best way to look is in the StreamYard. You can see both sources
Yep.
at the same time.
You can go from the private to the
Oh,
comments.
sorry, my cat just laid on the keyboard and changed all the pictures.
Hey, we're not supposed to show that. Look at that, though. Look at that. That's funny. Go back. Go back. Look at it.
Go back to which picture, which one?
It was one more. One more.
The Joe Biden one.
Read it. Don't send your rioters to our community. Okay, I'll add that to your note. I couldn't believe I got that response when I said that. I didn't know why they were sending me a message. It was like totally out of the blue. It's like, why am I getting a Facebook message from Joe Biden's campaign?
I honestly, it may not even actually been his campaign. Facebook
Oh, I
has,
know.
has
It was
been
so
corrupt
hilarious.
with people impersonating.
Yeah,
Like
it's a
just
bot,
stuff.
obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a bot, obviously. It was a program with bots, but it was funny because the question I asked and then the response I got was like, okay, we'll make a note of that. You know?
Agreed. It's funny nonetheless.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is kind of cool. You don't have a picture of it colored though, do you? There's not one on the campaign. I looked.
Just this small look. Yeah, I don't have it. It's like everything I have in my like personal files. Every time I try to share my personal files up on here, I get kicked out. And I don't mean I just get kicked out. It freezes my computer. I have to reboot it. I can share pages, but as soon as I try to get into my own files in my computer and pull that up,
Yeah.
I get whacked.
If it wasn't your birthday, I'd be making all kinds of porn jokes right now. Just, like my personal files. Yeah, well, you know,
Stop
some of that
downloading
shit
porn.
shouldn't be shown online, man.
Well, I don't have nothing like that in there. I don't think. I mean, I have some art that's pretty risque, but people like Marseille, people like Marseille Phillips doing stuff for me that I can't even show off. You know?
Some people prefer drawings to the real thing.
Well, it's like she sent me this really cool thing. She took a couple of my really favorite characters, only she put them in a pretty compromising position. You know, it's cool.
Now everybody in the chat's all like, share it, share it, share it. They won't want to see it.
There's only a few people who've seen that one, but it's Lady Death and Mary Jane. Okay. Who do you think's in control of that? That's what I want to know.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
Can't show it to Brian, that's for sure. But yeah, man, it's like everything. This whole year, for as bad as it's been for everybody and everything, it's been a great year for me. And I hate to say that just because of how bad it's been for some other people, you know. But
It's when you think about it, it's always like that. And any bad thing has good sides to it. Anything bad that happens, there's a good side to it.
That's the truth of universal balance.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That was what I was. As soon as this stuff hit, I was like, man, power through it, adapt and overcome. You guys, you know, I was talking to my friends, my creative friends. I'm like, adapt and overcome, power through it, do whatever you got to do. You know, internet, these live streams, whatever, my cons, whatever you got to do something and get out here and adapt to now, you know. And that was what I was doing with the cons, was trying to help, because nobody, you guys work all day, you come home, you got a little time to art, and where do you got time to market and promote and all that? So that was the job I kind of took on myself. I'm gonna help everybody promote as much. I'm gonna promote as much as I can. If I see
Yeah.
it,
It's appreciated, man. It's appreciated. Yeah, definitely. In fact, I need to come onto your stuff and promote my campaign. I don't promote that nearly enough. So.
yeah. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like everybody. I encourage self promotion, because nobody was ready for this. Nobody was ready for having to come out online and sell yourself. Nobody was ready for that. And some people aren't good at it, and some people are good at it, and some people have gotten better at it. And I try to help everybody, especially the ones that aren't good at it. Tell me about your book. Come out here, let me talk about it. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it after you're gone. I'll tell other people about it. What Sim was saying earlier about you being the best person to sell your book, yes, sell it to one person. The best person to sell it to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you sell it properly to a friend or somebody, they'll go and promote it. That's what Comicsgate is all about. Like, you get approached, like somebody spotted me, go, what are you about? What's your book about? And then he liked it, then he started promoting it. And Nick was one of the he's a legendary promoter.
Yeah, speaking of self-promotion.
Captain Love to the rescue.
Do it. No, go ahead and show a little more. If you're going to promote, show us.
That was just the hook of the song. We'll take a commercial break since it's birthday. It's Pop's birthday, and he brought it up. He wants to promote. I will play the whole video. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Drewish, and I'm the author of the Captain Love series. I want to tell you all about the second book, Rise of the Pirate King. Yeah, that's a thing. And in this book, you're gonna get everything that you would expect from Captain Love. Yeah, you bet. And I'm blessed enough to be able to use an amazing creative team. If you know what I mean, it feels like the universe is caving in and you need love to the rescue. And it seems like nothing will be right again. You need love to the rescue. Captain Love to the rescue. All right now. Now, Captain Love is a space trucker and a former war hero. There is even a legend that he may be immortal. He's accompanied by Spade, who's a living AI. Yes, I said immortal. As in, he cannot die. It feels like the universe is caving in. You need love to the rescue. And it seems like nothing will be right again. You need love to the rescue. Captain Love to the rescue. Oh yeah. In this book, you'll get space pirates, sexy girls and science monks. There'll be bar fights, space battles, and a lot of awesome junk. There's nudity and violence and swearing within, so this book is mature. That means it's not made for children. And you feel like the universe is caving in. There'll be love to the rescue. And it seems like nothing will be right again. There'll be love to the rescue. Captain 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 Love to the rescue.
Thank you for your time. Please back Captain Love and help me share this character with the whole world. And if you're not too busy, like and share this video and help me spread the love. Stay awesome.
Yeah, dude, I like that. That's awesome. Maybe a little long, but awesome.
Well,
Awesome.
it's a 3 minute piece because it has the entire pitch in it as well as the hook. So it's
Right, right,
it's
right.
it's
That's what I said.
yeah.
Maybe a
I mean,
little long,
obviously
but it's awesome.
it'd be nice to have it.
Oh,
Yeah,
So my turn now.
Bob.
yeah. Go ahead, Sim.
No, Sharon, I sent you the link. I sent you a link because I thought you would have played it like right after the other would have been cool. But
Oh, you sent me a link.
yeah, that's why I said check your DMs in the private chat.
You see, how am I supposed to know you're sending me something?
And after
if I'm
you
not
play
in
his, you
private
can play the
chats?
video at the top of this one too. We'll just run a segue of videos.
Yeah.
Where all my people at, man?
That's a good question. Everybody seems to be kind of like
There's like 15 streams going on right now.
yeah, I noticed that. I noticed like a bunch of people are streaming right now.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Yeah, Wednesday you got Geekgasm, and I mean, there's all kinds of different shows out here.
Braga, Rakira, Coffin.
But that don't matter because they'll all watch it in an hour.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
I guess I need to get somebody that's good with anime, huh?
Tales from the Napverse. This ongoing anthology collects short stories introducing characters within the Napverse and are all connected to the main series, Nat the Merc. This 64-plus page perfect bound anthology series collects short stories introducing Nat, Lawani, Rose, Zen, and other characters within the Napverse that you'll get to know and love in this prelude.
You get the old drawing from 2012. And
This volume contains 2 previously published Nat stories, as well as the previously published Helena Rose stories, introducing you to those characters. In addition, you'll also be receiving 2 brand new stories by Simon Sim Paultier. Royal Rumble, colored by Seven Legions Michael Beacon. Also, Nat and Zed, colored by Spartan Scotsman of Xenotype. Arm up and fire off into the Natverse.
I like it. I like it.
hell yeah. And right now we're at 72% funding.
So that's when you need to pop the link into Comic Related Madness because if I see something in my plain feed, my personal feed, I share it to the group. And when I see new stuff in the group, I share it out to my personal feed. My personal feed has like another 500 people that aren't even in my group. They're all comic people. It's weird. They haven't joined my group, but they're my friends. So I make sure everything bounces off both because it's 2 different audiences. You know what I mean?
True.
So, like I said, anything I see, I share. If it comes up on my feed, bang, share button, move on. If it's something that comes up and I like it, as somebody I know, I'm gonna type a little comment in there too. Hey, y'all need to go check this one out. If you're promoting it like that, then I can promote it like that. If all you do is just pop me a link, then all I can really do is share your link. You know what I mean? I need excitement from you guys so I can go out there and be more excited. I'm trying to be that face, that Sunday guy for you guys. You know what I mean? And it's like some people aren't excited about their project.
I know.
And how do you
But,
get excited for
so-
somebody that's not excited?
Some of them are excited, but they're dead because they're tired.
Well, no, I'm usually excited about my project, but I'm not used to promoting it while I'm hosting a show. So it's kind of weird that
But
Yeah,
see, that's
it's hard to switch. It's hard.
people like us.
It's hard to switch from one to the other. Like you either promoting others, or you're promoting yourself. But doing both, like being on the stream and being like, okay, I'm a host, I'm promoting others. You don't think about promoting yourself. It's the last thing you think of. It's kind of weird.
Well, that's what you're like is commercial. That's why you make
Yeah.
your little commercials for that help promote you and your network, what you're doing
Hmm.
during the commercials. That way you're not talking about yourself, but you're taking a little break to get a drink, go get another beverage, whatever, and you play your little commercial. You know, I mean, that's what I'm. If I get to that point where I'm needing that kind of extra promotion, I'll add some. I'll put some homemade commercials and ads in my shows. But right now, it's like most of what I do is promotion. I promote for you and you and you and me and the crowdfunding platform and the con and the group and everybody's books that I see. But I've got all day to do this. That's what I'm trying to say. You guys are arting and working a regular job, and you don't have time.
It actually is. It is a lot more difficult to have a project on top of having to make a living. It really
Yep.
does. I mean,
Yeah.
Me, I got this, making a living and taking care of 4 kids. So
it's
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
I'm like grandpa at daycare, and I have no problem with that. I love my grandkids. So
Yeah, you look like the cool grandpa.
Oh yeah, they love me. I love them. We all have a good time. And something else I need to express to everybody is sometimes we do have to make that kids book, and we do have to encourage them kids to be part of comic books, or there won't be a next generation of buyers.
True.
Encourage the kids.
We
man.
need to serve everybody.
Yeah.
Hot dogs sell. We're selling hot dogs, and some are spicy, some are not, and some are for everyone.
This is true. They're the Blanket Man and Pillow Boy. Is that right? That's the title of them? Yeah.
Blanket,
It was Pillow Man and Blanket Boy. That's what it is.
Yep.
This is me being tired. Yeah, Pillow Man and Blanket Boy is a.
There's
child.
on Stitch. On Stitch also. What's the other one? Crick Rat. What is it?
Yeah, Brick and Rack.
Yeah.
By Ryan Hack. Those are very, very children friendly comics that we've been promoting.
That's what I'm saying. We need to remember that while we're all doing the boobs and everything. We need to remember that there's not going to be a next generation if we don't cater to them too.
Well, the thing is I believe comic books are going to go the way of like vinyl. You know what I mean? Like vinyl LPs and stuff, where it becomes like a nuanced thing. Whereas, because if you think about where most kids spend their time and entertainment is really on the video games. You know what I mean? And video games have great stories now. They have great stories in there. And I think that will be the main feed medium, even over cartoons. You know what I mean?
Just keep in mind also that paying $5 for what right now it's 16 page of comics, because they sell you a 20 something page, but you get 16 page of comics.
Reading is fundamental.
Yeah, and if you actually pay attention to the Marvel and DC, it's actually half and half. It's half comic, half commercials.
Yeah.
At this point for $5. So right now, people are falling into the graphic novel. They want more. They want a bigger issue. So that's why right now CG has been succeeding with the 48 plus type of pages. People seem to like those 50, 60 pager, right? But it's not easy for somebody that starts by like Drew here. He's the writer, so he has to pay his artist, right? So paying somebody to do 60 pages is way more expensive than coming and go, okay, I'm going to build it up with 24 issue, right? But with him, you're getting 24 pages of fucking story.
Right. And that's it's like Mojo. We got 32 pages, and then one of the stretch goals was adding 4 more of art and character bios. So it's 36 page book now, but like I said, 4 pages are art and character bios. But the whole story,
Mojo, you want let's watch that. Let's watch the video.
All right. This is a character reference. It gives you an idea of who you'll be dealing with. That's the jilted ex-girlfriend. Don't mess with the jilted ex-girlfriend. That's my daughter. She's mad at me. She went to the dark side. That's her pet, Freak, the battle pig. She's mean. I don't know who that guy is. It's some guy. I run the bar in the black market store. And that's Mojo. He's the anti-hero. And he's basically a good guy. He's trying to protect the magic and keep the magic in the hands of good, as opposed to letting evil win the day. It's apocalyptic New Orleans, and that's the final center of magic on Earth. And all the bad guys are trying to get the magic, and Mojo is trying to protect the magic. Now, Mojo has an issue, and that is the snake. Hera, go ahead and scroll down to the them panels of the first pages, and you'll get an idea. But Hera is like the devil on his shoulder, and no matter how much good Mojo is intending, she's also always giving him crappy ideas, bad intent. It's like, don't do it this way. She's a little snake in the grass. There she is. She's not really our friend, but she's his friend. You know what I mean? As you scroll down again, you get a better look at her. Next panel. That's Hera. And Hera has a pretty, like I said, she has a pretty major part in the story because she's like the he'd be a good guy if it wasn't for her, basically. He'd be a real good guy if it wasn't for her.
She sets him on the wrong path.
Yeah, she just keeps giving him bad ideas or suggestions, at the wrong time. Do this at the wrong time, And that's why he has people like us, his little human sidekicks, to try and help him clean up after messes that he might make or, his ex-girlfriend might make, because Bayonetta's bad. She's mad. And she wants the magic. And, she wants it. Others want it. And book 2 is already half done. And not the grandson that was here earlier, but the one that's a couple years older than him. He was 6 at the time. And he did a drawing. And he told me, he said, Grandpa, this is going to be a comic book character. And I just kind of laughed. I took a picture of it and I sent it to Manny Soto, who's the interior artist of Mojo. And I was like, Isaac said this guy's going to be a comic book character. So a couple weeks later, Manny sends me a picture of this guy that he has redrawn, and all the powers that Isaac gave him are intact. It's basically Isaac's creation. But my 6-year-old grandson created a character that's going to be in book 2.
Oh, cool.
And, that's what I mean. It's like we got to keep the kids engaged. And what Raj did right there, and what Raj and Manny did by including a little kid's character in it, just, man, that little kid's eyes lit up when he realized that he was going to have a character in a comic book. And he is so pumped up and proud of that. And y'all don't know what that does to a little kid, man. It's like we have to incorporate the youth in what we're doing. We can't forget. I'm getting old. We can't forget that we were all kids when we got this bug, right? We were kids.
I don't remember ever not being a comic fan. See, the thing
you see what I'm saying?
I think my first comics I was 7, so you know what I mean.
We were kids. We have to write books that are going to grab the kids too, so that the kids do this 40 years from now. They're the ones writing these books.
Now I was probably looking at comics books before that, but I just have a memory of when.
Oh, I know exactly what the first one I bought was.
Yeah,
I know exactly what it was.
The first one I bought, they don't make it anymore. That's the crazy thing. The first one that I bought myself in a comic book store, I don't know if it was just a small company then or whatever, but they don't. I mean, I have searched the internet. I have tried to find copies of it. It does not. It's like it was like small production, and it's not even existing anymore. It's really weird.
What is it?
It was called Alpha Force, and it was a really
I know that one.
it was kind of like a knockoff between like of X-Men kind of thing, Alpha Flight kind of, you know what I mean? Like type of team, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Like it, you know, I had 5 issues, and then I remember I went to go get a 6th issue, and you know it was like delayed or whatever, and then I kind of forgot about it because I was a kid, you know. But as far as, I mean, I Googled it, I've searched for it, I've tried to find, you know, copies of it, I've tried to find pictures of it so that I could show people this is the first book that I ever bought in a comic book store. No, can't find it. It doesn't exist anymore. It's like not a real thing anymore. It's just weird.
Brian Daniels. He is my underground connection. Warlock Collectibles. He's one of the admins from Comic Related Marketplace, our sister group. He's my go-to guy for everything underground or old or hard to find or.
Yeah, this is borderline impossible to find. I have been searching for a year now, and I mean, anytime there's any kind of like I mean, seriously, if I Google it and it doesn't come up, you know what I mean? I you know, like search eBay, I searched Amazon. I keep every time I'm searching comic books, I just throw it in there, and like every few weeks, I also am obviously searching it over and over again in case somebody has it out there and has like created a website or a wiki or something for it. And no, I don't even know. I can't even tell you the name of the company that made it. You know what I mean? To even try and find like who the publisher. You know what I mean? I can't even tell you who the publisher was. So it's
that might make it hard. It was called Alpha Force.
No, it was Alpha Force.
Alpha Force.
Yes,
okay.
Alpha Force.
Yeah, I'm gonna set Brian on that. I'll give him a challenge. We'll see what's up.
Whenever I bring it up, everybody's all like, "Oh, did you mean Alpha Flight?" I'm like, "No, I don't mean Alpha Flight. I actually mean Alpha Force." And it was like 1978, 1979 is about the time, you know what I mean? Those issues 1 through 5 were out, you know, somewhere in there. I was 7 years old. I bought the first issue. And then I went back, and I bought the second. I went back, you know what I mean? Every you know, release, I went back and got it until they stopped releasing them to that comic book store that I was getting them from. So, but again, like a kid, you forget about shit real fast when you're a kid. You know what I mean? I was like, it was probably like, you know, a years later, and I was like, oh, well, you know, what happened to that comic book series? You know what I mean? And I went back and was like, no. So tell us about Indie Crowdfund.
IndieCrowdfund.com. IndieCrowdfund.com is an idea that generated from the day that what happened. You remember the day that Billy Tucci and Mindy Wheeler's books all came down off of Indiegogo? About a month ago. It was like 4 or 5 books. They just like dropped off for like 2 or 3 hours.
I didn't know that, but
oh yeah, Mindy Wheeler's Vampirilla cover came down. Billy Tucci's book came down. There's like 4 or 5 books that were, you know, just like all of a sudden you couldn't
all the diamond.
You couldn't get to them. I don't know if all the Dynamite or what.
Dynamite, yeah.
Okay.
If it's Vampirilla, it has to do with Dynamite.
So they all came down, and right away we thought it was something political, and we all got mad. You know. The internet, everybody blew up. What happened? Oh, they must have this, they must have that. Well, I was sitting there in the group, and I made a post, and I said, comic-related crowdfunding, we need it. And Mike and Mindy Wheeler ran with it, and they created IndieCrowdfund.com, strictly for the comic community. And the main thing is bringing the retailers to the comic community. Now, you can see the retailer counter right there. There's 28 that have registered. That means whatever you put up, if you're using the retailer options, they can see your books. And if you're offering them books at a deal, they're going to buy your books. And since the fulfillment packages that come with Indie Crowdfund, like you can go to Ready Comics or Comics Wellspring, who are partnered up with us, and get our discount to print your books, which means you can get them cheaper than you can printing them yourself by going through us, by using our platform. Would you click on the fulfillment up at the top there? I just want to roll through some of the partners that have joined up with what we're doing here. Right there, we got Square Peg Graphic Design. They will help you build up a nice, pretty campaign site, a campaign page, if you're not familiar with that. We have Printing and Fulfillment. We have Ready Comics signed on. We have Comics Wellspring signed on. And you can take the time and go through this at your leisure and read all this. Mixum is on, and they're a little bit more expensive, but they're also a little bit better quality from what I hear.
Yeah,
so
I've been using Mixum. They're really good quality. Yeah.
So all these sites that offered us referral money, you know what referral money is. People that come to them and say they came there because of us or whatever. Instead of us taking referral money, we told them to take the referral money and turn it back into a discount, a better discount. We don't want the money.
So instead of affiliate payout, you want that to be translated to a discount.
Into a discount for the people that use it. So we get a better discount rather than a payoff. We get you guys a better discount rather than us a payoff. Okay? That's what we've done with all these people. We also have CBCS has partnered up with us. Easy Ship has partnered up with us. We got Jim and I partnered up with us, and Jim and I wants to take it a step further and do actual shipping fulfillment, where they're packaging your whole thing for you and shipping it. At $2 a package, not counting the shipping, of course, but they're talking about packaging and shipping your book for you. So we're talking about direct. We're talking about you don't have to do anything if you don't want to other than art. The rest of it's all being made available to you to get your books printed, to get them for grading services. We got Ready Comics, the metal comics. I think they're talking to Fairy Metals, going to get them on board. We're trying to make this for us, not Kickstarter for freaking lawn chairs and shit, man. Come on. This is our community. Somebody should have done this a long time ago for us, not have been using somebody else's platform. This is way too long coming. Now, the thing that's great about it, of course, is the retailer thing there. If you can print up 50 books and have 2 retailers buy 25 each, it ain't going to cost you near what it costs you to send out 50 books to 50 people that backed your Kickstarter. But 50 people are going to be able to get your book. Walk down to the store and get it. We have to think beyond 123 backers. I'm not dissing Raj. I'm not dissing our own campaign, but we need to do better than that. There's a lot more comic fans out there that would be interested in Mojo Risen if they could see it. If they walk down the aisle in their store and there it is. Now
what would be helpful on this if you're doing the retailer stuff, you should incorporate some of the free tools and services that go along with doing USB coding. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing a floppy, retailers need this USB on the front right here. And if you're doing a graphic novel, they need it on the back like that. And that setup is essential for a retail market. And they have trouble selling books that do not have that the USB registration or ISBN number stuff. So.
Do you got a link for that? Could you send me a link for that?
There's not a singular link, but we can talk about it offline. And
all right, yeah, because I want to send that to Mike. I want to talk to Mike about that. That's what I mean. This is what we're doing right now. We're in the pre-launch. You can see where it says feature request bug report up there at the top. We're in the pre-launch mode. We're wanting to work the bugs out, but we also want all the suggestions, all the input, everything. If you see something you don't think is right, if you see something that could be better, we want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, I'm just saying if you're gonna have people like focus and advertise to retailers and offer retailer packages, yeah, you got to make sure that they're setting up because you're gonna have retailers mad at the site, not the individuals.
No, see, this is how it works. The retailers, they don't. It's not a direct contact thing.
Right.
Okay. The retailers see your stuff and what you're offering, and they can order it or not. Okay, it's how you set up your retailer perks with like 1 in 100 variants. You can, all these things are going to be incorporated into it, so you can treat them just the same way that they're treated by anybody else, where they get, you know, a quantity of books and a bonus to go with it or whatever, you know. Like I said, you got the 1 in 10 variants, the 1 in 50 variants. That's where your other covers come in, your feature covers. You use them as your variant covers. Stores like variants. People like variants. You know, it's like, but the coding thing, I need to know about that, because that's something they didn't know about, or it's something they haven't told me about, and they know about.
It's essential for retail. It's essential for retail.
But, there's also, if you go back to the homepage, I want you to play the video, because this is not us talking. This is the people talking. You know what I mean?
Where's this video at?
Oh, where's the video go, dude? Geez, what'd you do with the video?
I didn't do anything with it.
I don't mean you. I mean, I don't know if they put it on a different pages that I'm.
Well, you're looking for what is indie crowdfund video?
Yeah. The what is indie crowdfund video?
Yeah. It's in info. How it work?
Right.
That's where I got it. If you want me to send it to you, I'll send it to you.
Oh, he's good.
There you go. Here's the direct link to that video.
No,
It's right here.
I don't know if this is the
Look in the private chat.
No, that's not the one. That's not
Look
the
in
one.
the private chat, Drew.
That's not the one I want. There's another one that just there's another one, and I don't know where it went. Let me see.
It's what we do.
I got you. All right. I see where we're going now.
Yeah, info, what we do.
What we do.
First one, yeah. Then you'll open that video. There you go.
Yeah, that's the one.
IndieCrowdfund.com.
Really glad that I found IndieCrowdfund.com.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Sterling with Alter Ego Comics and Games here in Baytown, Texas. I wanted to talk to you about something that I was presented with. It's called IndieCrowdfund.com. Awesome idea. The whole premise is you are crowdfunding indie comic books. Give the chance of having retailers having these indie comic books into their shop.
Crowdfunding indie comics is not a new idea. Coupling that with access to retailers and giving retailers access to the newest indie projects is a new idea. Something I haven't seen before, and I believe can possibly change the game.
This is one of the best ways, I think, that I've seen since the beginning to get crowdfunded and to work building this incredible indie comic scene through our local retailers, which is the wave of the future, to be completely honest.
Hi, my name is Mike. I'm part owner of Poor Boy Comics here in Las Vegas, Nevada, inside the Boulevard Mall. And I just want to let everybody know how important it is for us to have indie comics in our store.
My name is Juan Mudo, and I sometimes work and volunteer here at Sonic Comics in El Paso, Texas. And we're proud to partner up with IndieCrowdfund.com to present you new and exciting independent comic books at our store.
I'm Jamie Pierce, co-owner and operator of J&J Comic Books and Games. It's important for us to carry independent comics because it gives our customers a variety of choice. These are comics that can think outside the box and also can one day lead to the next Donny Cates.
I have backed multiple campaigns on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and my thought is there's a huge hole in the market for a comic book specific crowdfunding platform. So that's one thing I really like about IndieCrowdfund.com. It's specialized. I'm a big supporter of my LCS. I can feel good about supporting creators and supporting a platform that is supporting that part of the business.
The independent industry is definitely overlooked.
Not every indie creator is able to get their books onto store shelves. This gives the retailers a chance to see what's really coming out of the indie community, not just the bigger companies.
But we carry a large selection of independent comic books, and the reason why is they think outside the box. Not like the 1, 2, and 3 big guys. They come up with new artists, new storylines, new characters, and it keeps it very exciting. Robert Kirkman, he started as an indie artist. So the next Robert Kirkland may be out there with IndieCrowdfund.com.
I'm an indie underground artist. I am unpublished. I do my own stuff. I publish my own artwork. IndieCrowdfund.com puts me in a specialized place. I have the freedom to do what I want and to work on something that I want.
Someone who may not be able to get a campaign going on Kickstarter because it's politically incorrect, or it is maybe an unpopular political opinion. I like that there's a big focus on not censoring creative voices.
I love the fact that the indie industry has pretty much become the active part of the comic industry. Things are big. Things are getting bigger.
It's also giving everybody an opportunity to see these things and they're not let these things get buried.
It gives us an opportunity to get books in our store that might not ever find room in our shelves because of not getting exposed.
I am very in support of this. I cannot wait to see what they do with this, and it's a fantastic idea.
IndieCrowdfund.com, I'm glad I found it. I really appreciate it.
We're counting on Indie Crowdfund to help us get these new and exciting stories and artists and authors into our store.
Be part of the new revolution in indie crowdfunding. Now, I want to say, we made that video. They asked people to make those short videos about what they thought about the idea a long time ago. It was before I was actually part of the team. I made that video on what I felt this was actually going to help and do for the industry. Okay. Now, since then, I've been promoting it and telling people about it. And they asked me to come on as VP of marketing, so I am part of it now. And all the first few weeks when I was like, man, we're doing this and we're doing that. And it's like, it wasn't really I wasn't part of it, but I felt like part of it because they, made me feel like part of it. Then they, just offered this to me to make it my goal. My work right now is to promote Indie Crowdfund. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to do my CromCon and everything else, all the promoting of people's books and everything that I do, because that's what I do all day. Some people know I get up at 8, 9 o'clock and I sit in this chair, and I'm in this chair till 2, 3 in the morning. And a good part of it is just talking about people's stuff, promoting people's stuff. It's just what I do. So it's not a change in lifestyle for me at all. It's just something else I'm promoting. Now, because it's so what I have a feeling it's going to be big, and I've offered anybody that does set their campaign up there is going to get extra pops promotion. Okay, it's like I'm going to work for them people. If you put your book on our site, I'm going to work for you. It's not going to cost you a thing, but I'm going to do my best to make sure people know your book is on our site, because I'm trying to get our site seen too. So the reach, CromCon, Comics Cast, the reach that I've built in 9 months since this all began, this is why. This is what it was all for. I didn't know that then. You know what I mean? But I think this is what it was for. My little CromCon to help the community, my little group to help the community, that was great intention and it's growing and it's cool and all that. But I think Indie Crowdfund is what it was all leading up to. That's where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be helping you guys in that way. I'm still the promoting fool, right? But I'm going to promote the fool out of your shit if it's on our site. There you go. So all the shares that you see now, it's going to be more, and it's going to be a lot more to do with Indie Crowdfund. I want everybody to, hey, go check it out. Put a small campaign up. Put it up there for 90 days and just do it in demand if your book's already done. Just go help us get some people to look at it. Before you know it, you'll be putting your books up there for real. We just need people to know about it. It's cheaper. What's that say? Better, cheaper, no gatekeeper. Bringing the retailers to the indie community. How can that be wrong? It's cheaper. It's only 3%. It's only 3%, y'all. That's half of what you're paying on them other 2 sites. I mean, like I said, if you already have a book that's done and you just like,
if you check the fees, it comes to the same thing as Indiegogo. They're taking the third party fee also for the credit card and the transaction fees, which comes up to about 7%.
It's Stripe takes 3 and we take 3.
Yeah, you take 3 off the total. They take 3 off every transaction.
Right.
It's it comes up to be pretty similar to what Indiegogo. I think Indiegogo is 4% or 3. So it's just like 1% less. It's still a bit less. You would need to compare the third party fee to actually be sure, but it seems to be 1%.
Well, actually, when all said and done, Indiegogo is closer to 10% because of the 5% they take, and then the credit card fees. It really gets really close to 10%.
Yep.
So either way, we're trying to be competitive. We're trying to make it better for you. But like I said, the fulfillment discounts, if you're using the companies that are partnered up with us, that's a savings. The fact that we're trying to get it so where you're printing 50 books and sending it to one place instead of 50 books and sending up to 50 places is also a savings in time and money and labor. Okay, you're putting 50 books in one box and shipping it. That's what you want, right?
Well, ideally, that's what everybody.
That's what you want, right?
Right. It depends if you also have international.
Yeah.
No, we're doing this in the U.S. right now. Now, if we get interest, if like 10 or 15 Canadian retailers go, yo, y'all cutting us out, we'll cut them in. But we're not just going to add all that mess to it with no idea if there's even any worldwide interest. Does that make sense? This is a retailer platform.
Yeah, you are. It is basically still in the what you would call beta mode.
Yeah,
So-
it's like I said, we're what we call pre-launch. We're it's completely functional. The functionality is all there,
But it's only for U.S. people.
but it's just going to be for U.S. until, like I said, if other countries show interest. This is a retailer thing.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the retailer
Sims in Canada.
and the creator
Sims in
mode.
Canada is why he's asking. Plus,
Yeah.
plus
Right.
Because there's the
Niobe,
creator aspect as well. There's not just the
LPS.
retailer.
Yeah, LPH.
But if you're a Canadian creator, doesn't mean you can't partner up with somebody in the U.S. like you have with.
That's what Niobe does. He uses Comics Wellspring. That's his normal printer. So we already partnered up with them. That's why we got Niobe on our front page. Larry Higgins, he's already going to set his campaign up here. That's already a known fact. He's a Canadian creator. We're not saying that you can't set your. It's just we're only catering to the retailers in the U.S. right now. That's what we're talking.
Okay, so it's just technically the retailers is only U.S., but all creators are welcome.
Right.
That's what I wanted to make clear.
Yeah. I mean, we'd love to be able to make it something worldwide, but you know how shipping is worldwide right now. And starting new and trying to take that shit on, nah. We'll keep it small.
International distribution is ridiculous to start new.
Yeah, we will keep it small. We'll grow it. If we get to the point, like I said, if 15 or 20 Canadian retailers are like, yo, cut us in, we'll cut them in. We'll bring in Canada. If Australia, but we're going to do it country by country, not worldwide. We're going to do it by the interest generated. If they want it, and when we get to that point and they want it, we'll make it available. It's just like anything else. You start small and you grow it organically and you grow it with the people that are actually interested in it. You don't offer it to the whole world if only 40% of the world cares. If that makes sense. Why go out on all that extra limb? Let's start small and grow our way out there.
It's totally understandable. It would just give you an extra edge to compete with Indiegogo and Kickstarter. That's why I'm mentioning it. I
know. But like I said, our main goal is to draw the retailers. If we get the retailers interested and they want to pay to have us
to get more retailers, you also have to have more creators. That's what I'm saying. Right. It's like it's a cycle, right? So the more people you have there offering books, the more retailers might be interested, and vice versa.
That's what I'm saying. We want you all to put your books on here, but we're only offering, that we're only doing the retailers. We're only offering this to United States retailers right now because, shipping. That's the main issue right there.
Yep.
Worldwide shipping is just stupid. You know?
And you would technically need to have your own warehouse in Canada
Yeah,
to be able to do that
and
shit.
in Australia, and
Yep.
you
UK,
have to have a shipping hub in every country that you're working out of.
or just one in Canada because they paid it cheaper for UK and Australia.
Yeah,
To me, shipping a book that would cost me $26 to the US cost me 16 to
Yeah,
Australia.
but it's
But
it's different.
it
if
costs us
if I put a second book on it, it costs me 44 though.
Yeah,
It doubles.
yeah, you got to when you add the weight, it gets
Yeah.
pretty expensive on that kind of stuff. So
see, it's all crazy. That's what
As
I
soon
mean.
as you pass 500
Don't want
grams, it
people to
gets
have to try
nuts.
and figure all that into their campaigns.
500
and-
grams, yeah. There's a lot of things. If you get past 500 grams, it's pretty nuts. Let me just tell you.
Okay, 500 kilograms.
But
That's,
see,
that's
like
even,
right,
that's even more. That's like 1,000 times more, dude.
this right here cracks me up though, because we put this book up, and people start buying it right away, and it's like it's a parody, it's a joke, it's funny, it's gonna be a book, it's a book, I mean, they're writing the book,
Yeah.
but it's a joke, it's funny, right? And people started ordering it right away, and I'm pretty sure there's a retailer that's looking at that one for a big order too, and I'm like, that's all it'll take is me to be able to tell you, look, somebody just got 500 copies of one of our books, and be able to prove it. And it's like, that's going to bring all the retailers or all the fucking creators running, because they're going to be like, oh shit, retailers are buying books in bulk. Look, DC just took 5 off the shelf. Marvel took some off the shelf. Scream went digital, right? I was buying Scream. That pissed me off. Okay. Issue 6 is digital. No. Okay. When the power goes off, I don't have a damn comic book collection anymore if I go digital.
Yeah, that's the thing about digital that irritates the fuck out of me. Like when they tell you to buy your movies digital and all that kind of stuff. I'm like,
you're not buying anything. You're not buying anything because the power goes out. You got nothing.
Yeah, but that's our side of the comic book collector. There's actually like I said, like I hate and I despise digital. Okay,
Yeah,
I supported what's his name again? Peter Samedi there. I bought like the 100 number ones of his goddamn thing in digital because I couldn't afford the shipping, right? So I'm like, I'll support him and I'll buy the entire freaking big bundle of digital. Didn't read one, not even fucking one. I just can't freaking read a comic on the computer, right? But that said, there's about 30% of the comic book readers that do prefer digital, and you cannot forget about them. Now you can't leave them out.
See, that was what we did with Mojo. We weren't going to mess with worldwide shipping because of the way it is right now. We just covered that. But I made sure that they put that PDF up there for the worldwide audience.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, you can still read the book. Maybe when shipping gets right, or we get this figured out, and we figure out ways to get stuff shipped out where it's safe and it's not sitting in a shipping container getting salty for 3 months. I mean, that's what's happened to some people in Australia. There's shit sitting in shipping containers on dock. They ain't even opening them up. It's like, I'd hate to be somewhere else ordering books.
Speaking of Sam, have you got mine yet? I know it's in Canada.
No, I haven't got it yet.
Yeah, see,
they all take about 2 months and a half to get here, dude.
I've shipped it to him like a month ago.
Dude,
a bit more than that now, isn't it?
Okay, Mike Barron sent me one of these, right? The Nexus novel. Mike Barron sent me one of these before my last con. I never got it. That's how screwed up shipping is right now.
You send me a package. I'm waiting for it.
I got this one yesterday, or day before yesterday. Finally, he had to send it again. Because I never got the first one, and it's like, I told him, I said, if anybody ever, if the other one ever arrives, man, I'll make sure to sell it and send him the money. I don't need to.
Like as an example, Sim is in Canada on the East Coast. So he's he's on that side. He's on Montreal. So he's on that side of Canada. And I sent his package on 7/29, July 29th. And it's currently shipment received by destination country dated August 28th. So it took a month just for the shipment to be received by Canada. And
I'm still waiting for it.
and he's still waiting for it. Well, 28th. Come on, that's it's only been a few days. They've had it only a few days. You know what I mean? But it's like you're going to see it. You're going to see it any day now. But
Yeah, but like that, dude. I'm telling you, be wary. Like most people that send me books, it take like 2 months, almost a month and a half to 2 months.
oh well, it's because you're not in real America. It's not my fault.
Hey, dude, shut up! I pay double the price for your goddamn books.
And that's crazy. That's the other thing we're talking about, man. It's like,
But that's why I've been going and looking for ways to reducing shipping. Right now, I've been able to reduce shipping from $25, like to the U.S. So right now in my campaign, it's only $15 for one book to two books. Because what I did is I partnered up with one of my friends, Michael Beacon, right? So I ship him some of my simple books to the U.S. so he can reship them after I package them, and I do the same thing for him for Canada, UK, and Australia.
I'm having fun. I'm talking to one of my friends. I'm trying to get Christy Sheehan to come out. Do you guys know Christy Sheehan?
Nope.
Christy Sheehan is an artist. You should know Christy Sheehan. She is #demon bitch. And she's a good friend of mine. She has a
Sounds like one
show.
of my exes. Just saying.
Yeah, well, her art will depict your ex. Trust me. I'm trying to get her to come out because she has a show in the afternoons. I share her show in the group every day about 3:00, 3:30, something like that. But she has a very unique art style, and she's just funny. She definitely TVMA though. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
TV mature audiences.
I can relate to that subject matter.
Oh, she's hilarious. She's good people. I don't know if she's got time to come out or not, but I sent her the link because
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's like everything we're doing.
On that, Brian usually is here with us. He sent me a DM. He's got some surprise house guests, I guess, last minute. He wants to wish you a happy birthday. So.
Well, cool. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean everything. I'm. There's so many things going on. I never expected it to blow up like this, man. I didn't never expect to be a face for up and coming crowdfunder. I didn't ever expect to be in somebody's comic and then somebody else's and then somebody else's and then somebody else's. This is all overwhelming, man. I was a comic fan all my life and never met nobody. Never went to cons. I didn't care who wrote it. If it's a good story or whatever, I just buy it because I like my characters, the ones I had interest in or whatever. I bought what I liked. I never went to cons and I never ran into that hero thing where you meet the guy that drew you and then you find out he's not that nice of a guy or whatever. The cons, my online cons, everybody I've met and pretty much everybody I've dealt with in all my cons have been great people, and I can't wait to meet them when I go to cons now. You know what I mean? It's like now I can't wait to go meet these people that I didn't care about most of my life. I just wanted the comics. I just liked the books. I was that kind of a fan. It didn't matter. I knew Walt Simonson. I knew Walt because Thor. And I was a big Thor fan, and I loved that Thor run. So I knew who Walt Simonson was. But he's, I mean, I understand. I knew Walt. I knew Jack. That's it. Right? If they weren't a gigantic name, I didn't know who they were. I wasn't that type of a fan.
I'm still not that type of fan. It's weird because I'm a writer. You'd think that I'd be like somebody who like learns and catalogs all the writers and illustrators and all that's names, and I'm not. I never was. I'm not like that with movies. I'm not like there's movies like I like still struggle for actors' names because I just don't catalog that stuff. You know what I mean?
So, see, and that's me. It's like now I have to like try to remember who's doing this project, who's doing that project, because I'm talking to these people about their projects. It's like before.
I know it's a lot of work when you don't naturally do that shit. It really is.
For me, it has been a lot of work getting to know everybody and doing some background, figuring out what else they've done. Because like the first couple cons, I had people like Mark McKenna coming out, Keith Williams coming out, and these guys got creds, lots and lots of creds from way back, and it's like I didn't know you. I'm talking to Mark McKinnon, and he's like, yeah, I did this and I did this and I did this, and I'm like, I'm looking over at my filing cabinets, going, yeah, I got that and I got that and I got that, and it's like I didn't know that dude was all over my collection.
Oh, I know, dude. It's I got the okay. So like Art T Bear is not a name I was familiar with before the community, but the thing is he has artwork that he's done that I've seen billions of times. You know what I mean? And it's so weird how like somebody who's like I again, it's like I feel like I should have known his name because I've seen his artwork so much. But when I realized how much like art he has produced that I had seen over the years, I mean like from the like 80s forward, you know what I mean? He's just like almost, I mean, like almost my whole entire career of comic fans, he's been creating a lot of the images that I've seen, especially some of the images for Superman that are some of my favorites. You know what I mean? He's done work on Superman books that are just, you know, but you know, anyway, the point being is that you really never know what you're going to find in the communities these days. You know what I mean? You may stumble into somebody and like you not realize, especially because of somebody like me who doesn't catalog names. You know what I mean? You're like talking to somebody like, holy crap, like Mike Barron, right? Mike Barron fucking wrote Punisher, fucking created characters that they're fucking huge and iconic within the Punisher. It's like
that's where I was going to go next. That's where I was going to go next because the first time I interviewed him,
I mean, fuck, dude, if the Punisher isn't like the huge shit right there, you know what I mean?
And so the first time he comes out on the show, we were talking about Florida Man, right? And I got to know Mike a little bit, talking about Florida Man, and then I came to know all the other stuff that he was involved in that I own. Badger, you know, Nexus Comics, you know, I mean, the stuff that I was like going over through my indie drawer going, yeah, I got Mike, you know, and because I didn't put the name to any of those books until I'm talking to the guy, right? So then we go out and we're talking about Florida Man, and I think it was the next day that subreddit did that stupid story or went out there and tried to ban the Florida Man book from their news platform because of Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh no, Mike's a friend of mine. I'm sorry, you're not allowed to cancel my friends. I took Mike straight out onto Indie Bolt. I took him straight out to Indie Bolt, and we told the story, and his book went from like 7,000 to 12,000 in a couple days, and then just kept going, and we just kept talking about it and kept talking about it everywhere we went. You know, it's like every show I went on, I was talking about it. I'd get Mike out there. It was like, because I'm so anti-cancel culture, dude.
No, I hear you, man. I am 100% anti-cancel culture. Now I can like think of reasons like for like some type of cancel culture situations, but not like culture wise. Like for instance, you know, I wasn't involved, but like when they boycotted Glenn Beck because the shit that he was saying on broadcast news was fucking dangerous to people. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you know, that I'm not against. Like, I'm not against it. I wasn't involved in it, but I'm not against people who like, you know, boycotted products to make a point because somebody on a broadcast network who is feeding people with like lies on a regular basis, and it's like become like dangerous to where like all the political spectrum, not just like extremists. This is dangerous. Get him the fuck off the air. You know what I mean?
Kill the whole media now, though. You almost have to shut it all off because it's all dangerous.
Yeah, you'd almost have to. Yeah, it's not actually. Here's the thing: it's not all dangerous, but news media operates off of sensationalism because there's no laws regulating it.
They used to.
Yeah, they used to. Those laws got stripped back. If there were laws saying like your
if you reported on something and you lied on info, you lied on anything, or you were even just wrong, even if you didn't lie, you reported it wrong without facts, without checking your facts, you were banned.
I got the simple solution. News media in the United States should become a non-profit only media market. Because if you're going to broadcast, if you're going to be entertainment, make a profit. If you're going to broadcast news and it be actual news, You know what I mean? And you're pitching
It's all
things
op-ed.
like that. It should be not for profit. It should be, you know what I mean? That way it would kind of clean itself up. So
It's all op-ed and sensationalism though, and you'll get the same story, and you'll see two different networks cover the exact same piece of video and give you two different interpretations of what's going on.
Yep.
Okay, that's dangerous. That creates division, and the media does it with the different political networks. There should not be political networks. They should not be allowed to take money from political campaigns. They should not be allowed to post political ads. None of that. That's
actually,
not.
I'm also in the favor of political ads being something that television stations are required to run, but it's like these are the candidates, you know what I mean, that are running in our area, so they get like timed out sequences, so everybody gets an equal platform on the media. You know what I mean? Because but that's just like stupid politics rules that capitalism will never allow.
Let me throw this out there though. If I'm promoting one side or the other, and okay, they should only be allowed to talk themselves up. They should not be allowed to talk the other guy down, because that's where the lies come in. That's when they start slinging mud and saying shit that's almost true.
They should be selling their project, their idea, instead of trying to attack or diminish the opponent.
Right.
Well, let me just tell you, when you attack the other guy, when and especially if that's all you have is attacks, that means that you have nothing. That means that you really have no concept, dream, vision of the future. You just don't want them to have it.
Yeah, it's not a debate. It's not a conversation. It's not a debate. At that point, it's just an attack.
I just want them all to quit talking shit about each other and tell me about yourself. Tell me what you're going to do, and that's all.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen because especially in politics, that can't happen, because in politics, the part of the discussion is why I'm better than this person, and for you. And when you in that comparison, you have to say why this person's not good enough when you're making the comparison. However, I agree with your point to where when it's just negative bullshit and fucking lies and hate and all that's ridiculous.
Can I do something right now?
I don't know. Can you?
I don't know. Can you?
Can we stop talking about politics and go back to talking about comics?
Yes, please.
But see, that was a very mild political talk, and it wasn't even about politics. It was about media.
Yeah. We digressed.
It's just that it's going on. It's derailing on that subject. So it's just my way. It's just my way of doing like a funny let's reel it back, guys.
We're trying to get back onto the subject at hand, and but it is Pop's birthday, so if he wants to talk politics on his birthday,
no, I really don't. I mean, we kind of rode that way a little bit, and it was a media discussion. It wasn't a political discussion.
Yes, it was. It was a media discussion, and part of the media discussion was how the media treats politics, and
we think the media sucks. We didn't pick a side. We think the media sucks. That's what that was about. And that goes for movies, all that, because movies ruin comics too.
Actually, the media doesn't suck. It's the people in charge of the media that sucks right now. Yeah, that's what's going on. Is like, okay, like any corporation that gets too big, loses its heart. They all lose their heart when they get too big. They lose the creativity. They lose the all that stuff. It's just one big, it's statistics, it's numbers game. There's no reality. There's no fucking fingers on the pulse anymore. You know what I mean? Especially if they don't do like they used to do. They used to, like when they put shows out, they used to bring people in and test the shows out on people before they would put them to the public. They don't even do that anymore. They don't even do the test market bullshit they used to do anymore. So
you remember pilots?
I do remember pilots. They still do pilots.
They used to do pilots. They do a 2-hour show, like 2 episodes of a show that they want to try out on you next fall. And if people liked it, it came out next fall.
They used to do that, especially on ABC. ABC had that the upcoming shows, their lineups, and they would have these little pilots, and you'd watch the pilots during their fall setup or whatever. And then if and then based on the ratings of those shows, whether or not you watched them, but I think one of the reasons why they don't do that as much anymore is because people don't watch broadcast TV like they used to anymore.
Man, it's crazy. We have become like, I mean, look, I was going to say something earlier when
I have this guy contacting me who wants me to set up my own TV network to broadcast on Apple TV and Roku, and I mean he's been coming at me, and he actually wants me to set up my
comedy network.
Yeah,
the comedy network.
He wants me to. No, he's not. There is
somebody hit our group the other day talking about they're trying to build a comedy network, and they were asking for people.
This is a real. This is a real. Basically, it's a software company that sells the connection services, right?
Oh, okay.
So that you can actually be an actual TV station on all these networks. So like he's trying to talk me into, because I have a media company called Completely Awesome Media. You know what I mean? And so he's been approaching me trying to get me to do my own TV station that's on Apple TV and Roku and all that kind of stuff. And then the stuff that I broadcast, to run through that. And I'm like, I don't have enough broadcasts I want to put on TV. You know what I mean? It's like I have stuff that
they're talking about 24 hours worth of programming a day. And they want
not live programming, but yes, like videos and syndication through that channel kind of crap. Yeah. And then those things, the way they work, it's not really broadcast. It's not like live broadcast. It is like a Netflix catalog. You know what I mean? So it's basically like YouTube or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just
to get every creator, every podcaster and creator in the indie business to join with you to fill 24 hours a day of content.
Actually, I could fill 24 hours days of content. It's just that I can't profit off it right now, so it's not worth the time.
24 hours a day every day. That's a lot of programming.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of friends and a lot of friends in the horror community, so I could put the word out, and
in the chat right there. Joe Tolliver is the guy who runs Comics Cast. He's the one that the platform that we run the con off of, and the platform that I run Monday Night Madness off of, and they got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shows over there, but it's hard to fill day after day with fresh content.
Yeah. No, it really is. I understand about fresh content. You know what I mean? I've been doing content development for years and years. But as far as filling 24 hours, you know what I mean, on a 7-day week cycle, there are approaches to that. You can cut it up into 3 8-hour sections and then do a repeat on those 3 8-hour sections. You know what I mean? So like your first 8 hours, is your primetime hours. You know what I mean? And then that 8 hours of prime time is cycled and plays again and then plays again. You know what I mean? That's one way to handle a 24-hour cycle. Just break it up into 8. Some people will break it up into 12. You know what I mean? And we have your friend.
Oh, Christy.
Welcome.
Christy.
Hey, what's up? I just was doing a Nancy Pelosi. I'm very sorry. Fuck that bitch. Anyway. How's everybody doing?
Doing good. Good.
Christy lives in LA. They just opened up the beauty parlors today. Did you know that?
No, it's been coincidental. Sorry, I'm in a vicious mood today. I'm usually actually very nice, but it's like Pops knows me to be vicious.
Yeah, she's a really good friend of mine. I only met her a couple months ago, man, but I'm enamored with what she does and her personality, and everything about her is just like totally cool. But I want to give her a little minute and promote what she does too, because
thank you.
That's what I do. And it's my birthday, and nobody else wants to come out and hang out with me. Christy, I'll show off your stuff. But yeah. www Horror Studios.
Yes, that's my website.
# Demon Bitch.
Yeah. What it is, I do a cartoon called Demon Bitch, and it's based off all the cunts that I used to hate, basically.
And Chris, sorry to interrupt you. Welcome, Chris, as he pops in.
Pops,
Welcome, sir.
I'm only here briefly. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to wish you happy birthday, and I'm running your press tomorrow for CromCon 6, just so you know.
Sweet. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
You are so very welcome. Thanks,
Mojo's
Drew.
almost done too. We got like 23 hours left in Mojo, man. We're almost done with our campaign.
Big success, isn't it?
Did Mike get with you with a press release for Indie Crowdfund?
No.
Okay.
But I talked with Mike about a bunch of crap today. I'll get with him tomorrow. Drew got your book right away.
Yeah.
After
Awesome.
backing it. Yeah, beautiful
Yeah.
stuff.
I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah.
Well, if I'm fair, I flipped through it. I haven't had time to read it yet.
Yeah. Well, that's fair.
But it's
let me say if I'm honest. So that's just me being honest. So.
But he likes what he saw when he flipped through it.
Yeah, I did. Well, what I really liked was A, it was packaged well. B, it shipped super dang quick. C, it was you put money in the product. You can tell right away. And it was just a good looking product. I mean, I'm one of those guys when I go to the comic shop, I always flip through it before I buy it. So crowdfunding, I do the opposite. So I see what I'm going to crowdfund, or I just like the guy or gal or the binary, whatever. And go, hey, I hope this looks good when I get it. Well, you ticked all the boxes, Drew. I haven't had a chance yet, but man, I'm so far behind in my reading. So I apologize for that.
I'm also behind on the reading, so I give you all the slack in the world on that one, man.
That's what I'm here for. Slack. Thank you. Pops, listen, I just got off a call. I really just wanted to pop in really quick and wish you a big happy birthday. I actually turn 52 tomorrow. I'm a DC boy tomorrow.
There you go.
Yeah. So,
happy birthday for tomorrow, man.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know if we still talk about zodiacs, but I guess we're both Virgos.
Yes, and one thing I wanted to say is people that are born in the first week of September have the chance of being born on Labor Day.
Yep.
I was born on Labor Day.
Your mom will never forget that Labor Day.
I know.
Well, you know what's funny?
It was well earned.
In Canada, it's May 1st, and I'm born May 1st.
Oh, you're a Labor Day baby too.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at is I have a goddaughter that was also born on Labor Day, but she's September 4th. You see what I mean? It's like that day moves, that holiday moves through that week. And some people get lucky.
My sister was born on Mother's Day. You know what I mean? And so like every once in a while, her birthday was Mother's Day, and it's kind of weird, kind of annoying for me.
Oh yeah, super special. She's the favorite on Mother's Day.
I have an Easter sister. I have a Thanksgiving sister, and my little brother was born on my grandpa's birthday.
You gotta watch out for having sex anywhere near a holiday in his family.
Well, yeah, mom was just like, well, that's a good day to go have a baby. Yeah. Where's my turkey? I can see
Pop that turkey out. Pop that turkey out.
You based it properly.
Well, I'm wondering if that means that I'm wondering, Pops, if that means that our parents were getting frisky around Thanksgiving time. That's why 9 months later out we came.
Actually, I think they said it was the what did my mom say it was? There was something that happened right after Christmas.
Oh, okay.
62. Right around Christmas time of 62 or whatever, there was something that happened, and her and my dad ended up like being together a lot more than they normally would for some reason.
Oh, like a blizzard or something?
That's what I was gonna say, like a storm. Big snowstorm.
Like the legendary, the night the lights went out in Georgia, the legendary where like 9 months later a whole bunch of kids were born.
We get that often in Canada.
Oh wow.
Hey, they filmed part of that movie the night the lights went out in Georgia here in my hometown.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
really?
I'm a Virgo too, and it's funny because it's like I think I was just planned. Well, my parents first got married, and they got married in 3 months, and then I guess my grandparents asked my mom, like, "Can you tell us the good news?" And they thought it was, I guess, now me, but it actually turned out to be 2 or 3 years later. So, no, I was planned.
Wait, they didn't tell you were born until 2 or 3 years later?
Well, no. I mean, just like they thought they were pregnant, and I'm the firstborn kid, so that's the thing.
Right, so they waited 3 years to tell that. I'm just
But it
confused.
didn't happen that way.
I think they didn't know they were. I think they weren't pregnant. Maybe they thought they were.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying they thought that, you know, that what is it? So my mom thought that, my grandparents thought, my dad's parents thought that she was pregnant when they got married, but it turned out 2 to 3 years later that she was pregnant because they got married real fast. So.
Oh, I get it now. So
Yeah.
If they thought you were coming for 3 years, basically.
Yeah,
I
went 3 years later, and I asked my mom, like, so when I was a kid, so like, when was I born? Like, what time was I born and everything? And I just kind of wanted to know because she was there during that day. I was, but I wasn't aware. And then she just said, "You were late." I just looked like, sorry.
Bringing new meaning to the term Labor Day.
Really late.
Yeah, but it's funny because they induced my sister, and she's late all the time.
Christy, are you the demon bitch artist?
Yes, I am the creator.
Hey, that's great stuff.
Yeah.
Chris, this is Christy. Chris is the producer of Bleeding Fool. You've seen the news website, right?
I have read it. I have read quite a few articles from it.
Direct all misspellings to myself. I'm the last line of defense against dyslexia. So
so far, they've been impeccably spelt.
Oh no! Now you're just being nice.
I proofread.
I know. I'll do an interview. Call me for your interview Friday. Okay, just kidding.
I can actually verify that at least one because I sent him typos and those typos got printed or they got so they got
translated. They got fixed or printed because we do both. Just so you know.
I don't mean printed, but I mean into the blog, into the website. So.
Yeah, they made it. They made it through. They got through. Yeah. We're teaching our spell checker how to spell things wrong. You know, when you see that little jagged line under a word, for the longest time, I thought that meant this word needs to be added to your dictionary, not correct. Actually, you can do that at any place you work for and really screw up their computers.
I will say this, at least you know the differences between the two yours and theirs and all that stuff, because when I see people misuse your, the two different yours or whatever.
Yes, I do.
Or there, and I'm like, oh, guys.
You know what? It's annoying because that happens to me, but not because I don't know the difference, but because my spell checker will change.
Yeah, that one.
So
that stinks.
So annoying.
People get on you online about typos that are obvious typos. You know, like you hit the letter next to it, and it's obvious that you hit the letter next to it. You didn't type you didn't spell it wrong. I got big old fingers. They don't work on the keyboard. I mean, sometimes I hit the letter next to the letter I was trying to hit. Oops, I didn't misspell it. I mishit.
You mishit it. Yeah, and you didn't go back and double check. Let me tell you guys something. I'll tell you a little secret, then I do need to drop off. A lot of times we'll get a story out and we'll get it out kind of because it's relevant. Most of the stuff that we publish is old news, but for some people, because there's some people that are just chewing it up and getting fresh news immediately. And ours is, maybe a day old bread or something. But sometimes we get stuff early and we want to get it out really quick. And you don't notice all the grammar and spelling errors until you start looking at it on your phone later, just to kind of, I'm gonna check that out. And then all of a sudden it's like I'm doing 3 or 4 screenshots and circling things that I need to fix when I get back to the computer. Sometimes you just get in a hurry and you want to get it out. I don't mind the grammar and spelling Nazis. Honestly, I've tried to have the attitude where I say, thank you for that correction. You're only trying to correct it because you want it to be right. It's
I'll give you a little thing that I know works for the grammar Nazis.
Yeah.
What you do is you have a tally, right? Let them report grammar issues. And you store that in a little database. You know what I mean? Like they report it.
Okay.
The ones that give you the most. Right,
you give them a reward at the end of the year.
Oh, so a no prize or a real prize?
Well, some kind of prize. You know what I mean? Okay. Because then the grammar Nazis then will become your happy.
You mention them on Bleeding Fool. That's what you do. You give them a little headline.
You know what I like the most?
All year long.
I think most people still think that our name is just poking fun at Bleeding Cool, which it is. But when people say Bleeding Fool in a forum or something, especially over at CBR, because I think we're banned at Reddit and CBR. We're anywhere that, you know, is afraid of anything Comicsgate related, because we've been friendly to Comicsgate. We are totally banned from there, and people hate us. But somebody will say, "Oh, well, you think Bleeding Cool's a muckraker? Look at Bleeding Fool." And about halfway down the thread, you'll realize that people thought they were just making fun of Bleeding Cool by calling them Bleeding Fool. So, which is even better, because it's really kind of the whole reason we came up with the name, because we hate Bleeding Cool. We've always hated Bleeding Cool, and our name is specifically to thumb our nose at Bleeding Cool.
So
we
what?
are Bleeding Cool.
May I ask why there's such a rivalry with them?
Yeah. Oh, sure. Well, I'll share that with you if you don't mind.
Sure.
He was only going to stay for a minute. He's going to be.
I know, right? Let me try. Can I do this short? Okay. So the comment section of Bleeding Cool is usually, you know, scummy people who I disagree with. They're either total shills, or they're constantly insulting anyone that doesn't agree with them.
Okay.
And they, I don't know if it was a Joe Glass article or something, but it was an article about diversity and inclusion. And I just said something kind of sarcastic, like, "Isn't it amazing that X-Men 94 was so diverse and inclusive and awesome, but they didn't have to market themselves as diverse and inclusive?" And typically my comments would get a few likes, or a few bad apples would say something angrily towards me. But that comment didn't get anything. Long story short, they shadow banned me for that comment. And I said, "Are you joking? You shadow banned me for trying to make a clever observation?" And honestly, I don't know if it just hit me the wrong way that day or not, but I said, "It don't cost that much money to start your own dang website." And so I flipped a $100 bill, registered the site domain, put it together, and here we are. And the only thing that gets you booted out of our comment section is if you're actually calling people names. Don't be a name calling jerk, and you won't get booted. And because I'm all about free speech. I mean, our writers, we've got writers who are left wing, right wing, no wing, atheist, Christian, Buddhist, gay, straight, or other, black, brown, purple, yellow, white, you name it. I mean, we don't have some sort of purity test. You don't have to be a Trump supporter to be on our website, but you won't get kicked out for being a Trump supporter. And we lean a little bit. I think most of our writers are on the right side of the fence, or at least libertarian, but not all of them. And, you know, I don't edit those people anything other than, you know, the few misspellings that I catch, or I add a link here and there, a hyperlink, you know, that just sort of supports their thesis when necessary. So that's kind of our and we're really, the fool part of it is more like the King Lear royal fool that is able to kind of thumb their nose at the king. And
oh, wow, that is crazy. Like, I remember telling my friend, he said something funny to me. We joked back and forth, and I said, "Remember Sarah the Whip."
Yeah, you're after my own heart. You know exactly what I'm talking about then.
Yeah.
Well, and we're not shills. You know, so many websites like Screen Rant and CBR and others they always give the video games, you know, 9.5 ratings or higher. The comic books, 9.5 ratings or higher. Disney never does anything wrong. And we aren't beholden to those people. We are fans who have opinions, and I give a lot of people platforms to put those opinions out there, and then they can defend those opinions. The comment sections aren't a bunch of clapping seals saying, "Amen, amen, everything you said was spot on." There's a lot of arguments in there, but the people that can keep it reasonable and civil, you know, get to keep talking. And sometimes the writers go in there and make their case a little further. Sometimes they just ignore it.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you on that.
The whole thing is it's anti-cancel culture.
It is. That's exactly what it is. Anti-cancel culture. And, you know, sometimes we probably let some stuff get through that no other publisher would let get through, just because we're trying to love on everybody. But, oh, well, you'll get through that. You know, the road doesn't have to be glass smooth. You know, there might be some stuff you don't like. There's going to be plenty you don't want to read. So check us out. You know, we're not making no money off of it. I mean, there are some ads. We do get a little money, but it's not.
What about a cool website?
I never like
I just went to check it.
do anything good with my comic at all.
Oh, yeah? Well, hey, listen, if you do have a project, send me an email to contact@bleedingfool.com.
Okay.
If you have a press release, or if you want to write a press release for Pops, God knows he needs them. We'll get it in there. We'll get something going. Any indie creators out there, if you've got a crowd fund going, you want to get included in the weekly indie comics showcase. Every Wednesday, New Comic Book Day, we try to promote 2 or 3, sometimes more, crowdfunding projects so that people can get off the mainstream and check out some independent acts. And every now and then I make a fool of myself and try to help an act by running their crowdfund campaign. But that's another story. We don't have to get into that right now.
He's making moves, y'all.
Yeah, right.
I think.
Man.
Are you also on Facebook as well, Chris?
Yeah, I am, but I try not to accept a whole bunch of friends there. But it's Chris Brawley, at Chris Brawley. I'm on Twitter there too, at Chris Brawley.
He's in the group.
I mean, I don't hide myself, which is probably really stupid. I probably should just come up with a fake name. But so far, I mean, I run my own business, so I mean, people can't get me fired, thankfully.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way too. It's like the shit that I write and draw. It's like I'm kind of like,
do your worst.
all right.
Here, my boss's phone number is 1-800 screw you.
Yeah, mine's 1-800.
All right, guys, seriously, gotta go. Happy birthday, Pops. Good to see you, Simon. Good to see you, Drew. Christy, nice to meet you. Good luck with your project. And I'm serious. You email me whatever if you got something crowdfunded. We'll get it going. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All
right.
Yeah.
Later, guys. Thanks, Drew.
Yeah.
Later.
Thank you.
And that
now,
right there,
sorry, we yes. What's
that's
that?
the epitome of what we try to do. Networking, getting people to know each other, getting people to know each other that can help them get their project out there and seen. Thanks, Chris, for coming out, bro. That was freaking awesome. I appreciate you, man. Just like that. That's what we do. That's what makes me happy. That's that kind of stuff right there.
You must have sent him a link because I send him?
I didn't send Chris a link. I don't think.
I did. I sent him the link.
Okay.
I invited him. I couldn't remember if I sent him the link or not.
Yeah, Chris is Chris, good dude. I like Chris.
Yes, very good dude. Yeah, he is one of the I would say more righteous of the journalistic presenters in the media market. Is that like a stable way of saying that? All right, Christy, back to your pitch. Sorry, we derailed you. Chris dropped in, but I knew that he didn't have a whole lot of time. So.
Oh no, that's totally fine. Yes, I do Demon Bitch. She's a low-level demon from the 13th pit of hell, where people throw their dog shit in gum wrappers. And I wanted to bring the second coming of Armageddon, but the first one never happened because she sucks. She's stupid. All she does is do promiscuous sex and hard drugs. And some people can multitask; they can be functional, but.
Did you catch all that? This is your underground comic, y'all. TVMA. Remember that?
So what does the demon bitch look like? A cat, or is that a devil?
She's a demon, but she's kind of a poor excuse of one. One of her origin stories that I'm working on is that she was a bleached dog turd, and her dad was a demon, and he got bored and lonely, so he made her. And then he got so annoyed with her, he just kind of abandoned her and just ignores her.
Okay.
I know people go like, I don't understand this comic. I said, there's really not much to understand. You're thinking too hard.
It's just look at it and laugh.
Oh, remember that one person that got really upset at me? Like when I showed the coronavirus hitting in the bush. Okay, so I drew one that was like a coronavirus hiding in the bushes. It was a recent one. It's on Webtoon. It's in web comics. So if you go to the Webtoon one, it'll show it. And there's
like I'm supposed to know where to find that right away, right?
It's like you go up into web comics and you can go to the Demon Bitch one. It should be a drop down.
All right. Well, I think I'm there.
Oh, okay. So it's the most recent one, I think. And it was.
Oh wait, you know what? I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm on the it opened in a new window. That's what it did.
There you go.
Okay. There you go, Demon Bitch.
It did it again. It opened in a new window. All right. So that's what's. Let me go to that window that it opened up to. I was looking at it. I didn't realize that it opened in a new window. So.
That actually happened in real life. I just like walk by one, like I go on walks, like especially during this time because you just need exercise and fresh air. So I walked by and I saw this house and I saw this like green ball with red specks on it. And I was looking at that like, oh my God, that looks like the coronavirus. So I just had to draw it like that. And Demon Bitch is so gross. And like, I guess the coronavirus flourishes in filthy conditions or something. So she just saw this thing and she's like, oh, look, a kitty. Let's take it home. It's just random, stupid, non sequitur shit. Or it's actually stuff proving a point. Like, I like sometimes draw a bunch of weird ass cartoons because I just watch a lot of news. I read a lot of news from everywhere. So I just will start drawing about things that poke up in my mind. And sometimes I'll do like the 50 states. And so far I've done Illinois. I've done Michigan, but I haven't wired that down yet. But I've done California multiple times and I've done Portland multiple times. I put it up on my Instagram.
Ah. And your Instagram is on this page, on the, like if you go to the
original website.
Yeah, on the website, it's the links are all there. So
yeah, it should be on the topper part. Because I noticed that I would have an account for Demon Bitch and then I'd have an account for Horror Studios. And then I'd be all over the place. And I'm like, you know, this is just way too much. I'm just going to put a social media bar up there. You follow what you guys want.
yeah, that's the lazy approach.
Yeah. I mean, I realize like after so much social media, you kind of have to broadcast it over a wide thing. And after a while, I think people get kind of link fatigued. So that's why I just put like one link. I said, follow this here.
Yeah, that is usually a good trick to have a singular link source, you know, a domain or a website that has all of those things off of that. That's usually a good solid approach.
Your cat looks reproachfully at you. I'm taking that she is a she.
Yes, this is Pepper Potts.
Uh-huh.
She wants
my cat Ink, she's a black cat. Where's my little evil cat? Oh, she's sleeping up there. She does that too. She'll like park herself on my keyboard right here and won't let me do anything. So I have to like either lift her up or move her to my lap.
Yeah, I get Pepper does this, but like I also have Salty and Dorian and Grizz that all like I'll come. This is my desk. This is where I do my work, right? So like when I come here and I sit down, they know I'm a captive thing, and they can stick their like fur in my face, and then I'll have to pet them to get them to leave me alone.
Okay, hold up. You guys are missing the whole cat life thing. Look, you take care of them, and they know you're going to take care of them. And they're going to do whatever they want, and you're going to take care of them. But every time you start reading or gaining knowledge, they get in the way because they don't want you getting smarter and figuring out that they're the master and you're the slave.
Yeah, my cat just
like they say, dogs have masters and cats have servants.
They don't let you. They don't let you learn stuff.
They don't have. They have staff. I think that's what they call it. And it's so funny because like with cats, it's like I kind of like approaching life as a cat because you actually like can really be probably baller as a cat. Because the thing is, like one of my friends who was joking around with me, he says, "Well, I'm ignoring you, so there." And I said, "I ignored you the moment you opened your mouth." He's like, "Holy shit!" But I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you know, like cats. It's like there are some people that I've run into. They say, "I hate my cat. He's so selfish." And I'm like, "Well, why?" And I said, "Do you play with him? Do you?" He's like, "No, I just feed him." I'm like, "Well, then he knows where the fuck he's at. He knows where his place is. I'm not going to get down there. Whatever." Like, but he goes at the door.
Yeah, I had an amazing cat once, and I'm not a cat person. And I
Yeah.
had one cool cat, and the cat was like a dog. Like I taught him to roll over, give the paw. He would fetch. It was amazing. And I would walk in at home, and he would be waiting for me at the door with my lizard because I had a water dragon. So they'd both be in front of the door with their wagging tail.
Oh, look at that. She's looking all evil now. Aren't you? Aren't you?
Hi, Ink. What's up, Ink?
Everybody loves Ink. They always ask about her, and she's like,
"Yeah, that's it. Ink's cool. Ink's cool."
Yeah, she's a little hoe in front of the camera.
So I got this awesome portfolio today from my son for my birthday for all my prints.
Oh,
So-
cool. Oh, what's that one
Nice.
with the Batman? What are the Batmans called? The ones where they have the spikes and shit, the Batman who laugh?
Batman Who Laughs. That's a John R. Smith right there, Smitty.
So what's the story behind those Batmen? They kind of remind me of Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
That is a ripoff of Judge Dead.
No, I mean no, Judge Dredd, like the.
It's Judge Death and Judge Dredd. Yeah, I know what you mean. What you mean, and he looks exactly the same. He had the same type of helmet.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And the thing is, it's Snyder and Capullo that decided to do Dark Knight Metal,
Uh-huh.
and they decided to do like a dark metal version, right? So technically, Heavy Metal Magazine and 2000 AD, which is Judge Dredd. So you have a really weird version of all the superheroes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was wondering about cat cam. That's so funny. Yeah, my thing. She kind of reminds me of Gurr. There was actually this other alien. I forgot what it was, and she had like a cap, but it was black, and it was like it would just move around like a shadow. So she kind of reminds me of that, except she's looking at me all pissed off because she's not letting me lie there to pay attention to her. So I'm actually I'm drawing something. But yeah, no, I had a good chat with Mindy Wheeler regarding indie crowdfund, and I think I'm fomenting an idea.
See, that's what I want everybody to understand. You can go ahead and go talk to these guys. They want to help you set up a campaign. They're more than willing to help you brainstorm whatever ideas you might have or whatever. They'll help you set the campaign up. Any questions or suggestions or the barcode thing. I appreciate that, man. I hope Mindy, Mike, if you're watching, you got to look into that barcode thing for the retailers.
Yeah,
you can see
barcode, USB for floppies. If you're going to go graphic novel and it's going to be an actual book, then you definitely need an ISBN number.
I mean, it makes it easier for the retailers. That's easier for them for stock and all that.
It's a necessity. Yeah, they
and you can buy it in bundle in the US, and for people in Canada, it's free. You just need to send some of the two like maybe 2-3 copies for the records.
Yeah, I'm drawing Demon Bitch right now for one of my covers right there, like as a concept. But it's it's going to be called Sick. I think that's the working title. And it's just Demon Bitch kind of vomiting, and it's just all her horrible shit. Like, it's going to be a special edition in the retail stores, I think.
I'm
Sounds
looking forward to it.
fun. I'm going to have to check out the Demon Bitch the website. It looks like a lot of really humor and very poor taste, which is my favorite.
Yeah, I think I kind of took it as a challenge because, I've seen a lot of girls be raw. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of very raw comic book artists, but especially women. But the thing is, I like likes of Simon Hanselman and Johnny Ryan, and I want to be hard like that. I'm not saying I want to be like them, but that level. And I don't know if women kind of self-talk themselves out of it due to one reason or another. I don't want to get into that, but I'm I'm just going to draw what I want to draw. So I just started drawing all this really screwed up shit all the time. And it's hilarious because my family, at first my mom was really upset with me when I would say the F word if at all, in my comics or my artwork or my writing. And that's when I used to draw exclusively pretty things. But ever since I did Demon Bitch, she just kind of okay, you're happy, whatever.
And that's kind of what's going on with me and my family too, because I ain't never found no kind of direction in my life. And the last 9 months, it's Grandpa's just all about this thing.
Isn't it great when you do shit that you really want to do?
Well, yeah, and the whole thing was it has not ever been a job. It's been something I started doing because I wanted to, for fun, and promoting everybody's stuff and all that. And for me, it's fun, and doing the cons is fun because I'm still a comic fan.
Yeah. I think when it ceases to be fun, you need to take a break. That I agree. But yeah, so yeah, which cat is this?
This is Dot.
I like it when you pick them up. They're like,
she's got a dot on her.
Yeah, I had a gray tuxedo. She was sweet. And then I got my 2 cats, and they were fucking assholes. I say that most affectionately about them.
All my cats are assholes.
Well,
That
I
was
mean,
some
cats, I think, inherently are dicks anyway.
Well, I mean, like I said, they're the ones in charge. You
Yeah,
do
like, they know
everything
it.
for
They
them.
like
They don't do nothing for you. You do everything for them. Think about it. They don't guard your house. they do nothing.
Actually, these cats have chores and they take care of it.
Do they get the mice?
I do not have a bug in my house.
Okay, good. As long as you're happy.
Except spiders, which help with the tiny bugs. You know what I
Right.
mean? But yeah, if a bug tries to come from the outside, it is caught and destroyed. If a moth is flying around, it is caught and destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as
Flies.
the bugs are cool.
I used to, before I had cats, and all up in the house, there was a flies that would come in and they'd bug me and be like, I had a fly in my house in a decade.
Oh yeah, I love how they like for a while like spam the tabby. He's kind of lying around like a fucking noodle. He actually was a really good hunter, and he like hunted down palmetto bugs. So what they are is like in LA, they get when it gets hot, we get these big ass, like they look like cockroaches, but actually the tiny ones are the ones you have to worry about. That's the dirty homes and shit. But the big ones, they just come in from outside randomly and they kind of hang out or something. They don't really do much. Somehow they'll find their way into your home, even though you close your door all the time. But for a while, I was like, spam was like, when I got spam, it's like there were all these dead ass big fucking palmetto bugs randomly around my house. I'm like, what the hell? And then I would find, like, I pick them up and I wouldn't know at first how they died. Then I would really look at their thorax and it like actually worked a little bit. So he must have punched that little fucker. Just like killed it.
I trained Pepper when she was a kitten because she was a natural bug hunter, and she'd like catch it and she'd be playing with them. I would tell her over and over and over again, eat it, eat it, eat it. You know what I mean? And and so it became a thing where like she would catch it, she'd play with it, and then I would like she'd like show me, and then I'd tell her to eat it, and then so she would So now that there's like many cats, you know what I mean? They compete over it, and the one that catches it first, when the other cats start coming to play with it, it eats it. So,
yeah.
So yeah. So the bugs. I don't even find corpses in the house. Yeah.
My food.
It's like kind of funny. I don't find them either, so I think they're pretty good. Like maybe once in a while, like have a fly, and it's kind of funny. One time, like a little fucking fly came in, and I hate flies. Like just you get the image of them landing on stuff that's filthy and things. So like it flew and landed on the door, and I'm like, fuck, I don't have Raid, but I had carpet cleaner, so I just spritzed it with carpet cleaner, and then it landed on me. And I'm like, you little bastard, and I grabbed him and I threw him in the toilet. That's where you fucking belong. Fuck you, But Spam and Ink were like running around like looking just like you guys are useless in this case. But I think with any other bugs or anything, I haven't seen anything, so I guess they're doing their job.
Yeah, that's what my cats are really, really good for. So like, I mean, I have an overabundance of feline friends, but they definitely
that's a nice way of putting it.
The bug count, an overabundance of feline friends.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Well, we got the big husky, and he hunts mice. Because we live out in the boonies, so we get mice. They come in through the garage, and sometimes they find their way into the house, and that big giant dog will be trying to dive under the couch. And it's like he can only get his nose about this far under the couch, but you know what happened. He saw something, and he went after it. And the whole couch moves when he hits the couch.
Well, the thing is, they're kind of like cat and dog form. Like they don't give a fuck about you. Like that's the thing with huskies. It's like they love you and shit, but they're kind of like, yeah, whatever, fuck you. I'm gonna do what I want.
Both of them are like that. They just do what they want.
Yeah, I don't have indoor mouse problems. Years and years ago there were, but now I have so many outdoor cats because I feed them so they come, and then I did that so that they would come so I could get them fixed. So they would stop having kittens and expanding my neighborhood of cats. And so like I ended up fixing like 30 plus cats, and there's still like one I'm trying to catch to get fixed. But anyway, if I see a dead mouse, it's caught before it gets to the house. I mean, in fact, was it like 2 days ago? I'm like, what are you playing with? And Soot, he's an all black cat with a little white patch here and a white patch on his tummy. He's about year and a half old, 2 years old, something like that. Anyway, so he was throwing something up in the air. And like, what are you playing with? What is that? And like, I walked up and looked, and sure enough, it's a dead mouse. He like caught it, killed it, and he's played with it for hours.
That's hilarious.
They hunters. They are hunters.
Also, you also learn how to fuck with people when you look at cats too. It's kind of like they play with their prey.
The cats learned to fuck with me too. Like I have learned that you cannot set anything on the edge of a table in my house.
Dude, it took you that long?
That's how we know the world's
I
not
think it's one of
flat.
the first cat's traits.
That's
Dude,
how we
you
know the
watch
world's not
Garfield
flat.
and you learn it. Odie. It's called the Odie effect.
They'll walk over. They'll walk over. They'll sit down next to it, and then they'll look at you to see if you're paying attention. And then when you're paying attention, pink.
Yep.
Knock it right off the table every time. I don't know what that's about.
That's awesome.
Well, my cat, they kind of do this thing where Spam just stomps all over my fucking body all the time, and you don't think they're very heavy, but they got pressure points in their paws, so it just like presses down a lot. And
They do that on purpose. I Salty and Pepper, my oldest of the clans, they like to get me in the morning when it's time to get up and feed them. They know that walking on my bladder will get me to get up. Yeah, they will go after the bladder every time. They will sit there and they'll walk and they'll just and they know they're doing it because they'll just wait to see if you're awake, and then they'll put their paw there to see if you react, and then they'll step on it and like one paw weight on that spot,
Ouch. Yeah, totally right there. Oh.
Today, the grandkids, Emma and I got me these.
Nice.
So I got more reading on top of Nexus novel. My son got me this portfolio because I have so many prints, nice prints, that I was running out of wall space over there. So I had to take some prints down and put them in here, and now I got wall space.
Is that an 11x17?
Yeah.
Nice. That's how most prints generally are.
This that's Surfer Pops. That's Russell Oldham did that.
Surfer Pops.
And Ernest McClendon's Ant-Man over here. Greg Harms. I can't tell if I'm getting a good view then or not. Okay. Look good. Okay, we got more Ernest McClendon. He's going to be in the con. I love his style. He did the Ant-Man for my grandson.
And for anybody who missed it, the con is this weekend, the 5th and 6th. Is that right?
Yeah. And Friday night. We have the pre-con show Friday night. This guy right here is Greg Harms, did this art right here. Greg Harms is the publishing company for Mojo, Third Empire. That's
Nice.
Greg Harms. Greg Harms is art as well. He kills it. He did the watercolor cover for Mojo. He kills it. That's Jim O'Reilly. Jim O'Reilly, World War Hulk. Russell Oldham, Surfer. That's the one where he put my head on it. It was kind of cool. More Jim O'Reilly. That's Gamora. And that guy. And more Jim O'Reilly, Spider-Man and Hellboy.
Ooh.
Iron Spider. I'm sorry. Iron Spider. And, little Ewok dude, I forget his name. And the Batman Who Laughs. Yeah, Wicked. And Batman Who Laughs is a John R. Smith. Just like the Super Pops right there is a John R. Smith. Or, the Jedi Pops. Super Pops is over there. Jedi Pops. Pops is Odin up there somewhere. And, people draw me a lot. I've only commissioned one of those, I think. The rest of them were done. People did them for me. It's kind of crazy. But
crazy.
E-Boss. The E-Boss Justice League.
Nice.
And that's signed. And the Thrawn is signed by Timothy Zahn.
Very cool.
Thrawn and Mara Jade. I really like that one. Mara Jade's my favorite Star Wars character. She'll never be in a movie, but she's my favorite Star Wars character.
That's Luke's wife in the books, right?
Yep. It's Luke's wife. And Ben's father, or Ben's mother, I mean. Jeez, they messed that up so bad by naming Ben.
And one of the most badass female Jedi ever.
Yes.
Dude, she was a master of being a Jedi, and she could wield a freaking like what? How did they call it? Her? Not phasers. They call it what?
Well, she was the hand of Thrawn, which
No, their guns.
Blasters.
Blasters. Because she was dual wielding. Like she could wield like the sword and the gun, and she could do weird things with the gun, which was kind of cool.
she was the Emperor's assassin.
Actually, there was a scene that they were writing for was it Return of the Jedi, but they decided to cut it where Luke was able to shoot with the blaster, and then the Force moved the
bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what Mara Jade does. Yeah.
That should be an easy Force move, you think?
Yeah. Where like you like moving like shooting around corners with the bolt, but you're using your force power to do it, kind of thing. Yeah, where like it's like you
Yeah,
think
dude. If they can throw their light,
you think you can get away.
you know, if some of them can throw their lightsaber, right? Control the flight of it, bring it back to themselves.
Yeah.
Come on.
They should be able to redirect blaster bolts, no problem. That should be easy money for a Jedi.
Or even shoot one and split it in two, so you get screwed. You think you blocked it.
It's a force power to catch and stop a bolt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
why not just redirect it?
It's also a force power to use your saber to block bolts. You know what I mean? So
And they can deflect it with the
And
lightsabers.
they do that, deflect it right back at the guy who shot at them. They do that.
Right.
I like that part. That's cool.
Mandalorian, that was pretty damn cool.
Man.
Didn't
Get
see that
started
yet.
on Mandalorian. I'll be digging in my boxes looking for my Beskar.
October, season 2.
I have Beskar. I actually have some Beskar. I went to the comic shop. Dominic Pace, the guy who played Gecko in The Mandalorian, was doing a signing, and we went and got him. We got a piece of Beskar from him that he signed, and we got a little Lego action figure of him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he was real cool, real nice guy. He was at Buy Me Toys, I don't know, last month doing a signing. And yeah, we had to run down. My son's a big Star Wars fan, so we had to run down there and pick up
You know what's kind of weird is that I actually watched when I watched The Mandalorian, I have to catch up.
I just got this shirt tonight. This is my new shirt. Baby Yoda.
Yoda. It's like really well, yeah. It's like what was funny was that like I found Werner Herzog in there, and I was like, oh shit, he plays the guy that does the mysterious courier. I think maybe that's who we're talking about, Beskar.
Yeah.
And because I don't think they said his name at the time. It was just like the mysterious client. But it was funny because like when I heard him, I was like, he looks familiar. And I remember he's also a director for Grizzly Man. And if anybody knows, it was a Darwin Award winner, basically, of Timothy Treadwell. He did Grizzly Man. He did Grizzly Bear Diaries, and Animal Planet like years ago. And just in short, he was told to move in the maze. That's the big thicket where the bears would be every few days, and the dumbass would stay there for weeks. So eventually got eaten.
That's how it works.
Well, the guy that was like, so he did the documentary, and one of the guys was from Alaska as the recovery team, and he had these big aviator glasses. But I just imagine this guy like just having this look on his face like, I don't know what was wrong with that dude or something, or like how the bears dealt with him. And I don't know. They probably thought something was wrong with him, like he was sick or dumb or something, you know? It was just funny.
I'm gonna do a little quick minute shout out to Jimmy Reyes, Dragon Rage. Jimmy Reyes art. He inked the Gator, by the way. He inked the Gator, Jim O'Reilly's Gator. And we also have Larry Higgins, Steph Wilson cover, Niobe, Birthright. You can get that on Gumroad. Woo! Shout outs to my people, you know. I just happen to have it here handy. I gotta show it off.
Yeah, no worries. You know what? It's been 2.5 hours. I think that we've had a pretty good stream here. Happy birthday, Pops! I hope you had a good time hanging out and talking about projects. And Christine, it's nice to meet you. We have a show called Indie Comics Interviews on Tuesday nights. If you want to, we'll get you on there to talk about your webcomic and stuff one night. That'd be great.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about it after the show if you're down for that, to set up a time. I'd be down for that. Thank you.
Yeah. And Sim, as always, good to see you, brother. And
Always.
Pops, seriously, happy birthday. Everybody who's here in the chat or still watching, thank you for being here. Everybody who came and watched later, thank you for showing up. We appreciate you. And
Don't forget to go check out all those books and check out Captain Love. Don't forget Captain Love.
Yes, Captain Love and Mojo. Last day, 23 hours left, 22 hours left, something like that. So it's your last chance. If you were thinking about it, you're running out of time to think, y'all. Time to jump out.
Yeah,
there's Tales for the Netverse.
Yeah, and Tales to the Netverse on Indiegogo. That is a Sims project, and so get on that. Get to the backing. There's lots of stuff out there that needs to be purchased. So get on that.
Yeah, so we can get those books to you and get to the other ones.
Right.
Get your book up on indiecrowdfund.com. You never know. Some retailer might want 20 or 30 copies of your book.
So indiecrowdfund.com. The link is in the chat if the name itself isn't enough to get you there. So we will call it a night. Thank you very much for coming, and we will